Check, check. There we go. We got
Check, check, check,
sound.
check, check.
We have sound now?
Yep, we have
I have a
sound
note
now.
up about that too. Sorry, everybody. That's my bad. Sometimes OBS defaults to it'll default to like a setting you didn't pick
Yep.
occasionally. Then it won't do that for months or whatever. So anyway, that's me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
But here we are, everyone.
Yeah.
Is that our AI overlords flexing?
So anyway, back to what we were saying before we realized it wasn't sound.
Yeah, so I would just start over probably.
Hey, everybody.
Whoa.
So it's Hobby Stream Tuesday, as usual. Working on terrain, I am. Because we have Harbor Heresy this weekend. And we got 2 tables that, we just have kind of sprayed. But we haven't had a chance to get any detail work out on them. Usually I don't do a lot of detail work, but I figure for this Games Workshop stuff, I might as well put in all the bone. Not go real in-depth on it, just, because a lot of this you could spend, as much time as you do on a model. But just enough to give it a couple different colors for this Mars-ish table that we're doing. So I'm going through and plucking out all the bone, because there's a shit ton of skulls on these. And I figure that's just enough of a pop-off. And then I will, and I'm not like going over the top with it. If some of it isn't as, a lot of times you'd want really smooth paint. I don't give a shit here. Just trying to get some paint on. Then I'll hit it with an Agrax. And then dry brush it. Because we already blacked these. And then we just need to gravel them. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. What are you working on, Josh?
Well, I got more of my guard cavalry. If I want to play them this weekend, I need to get them painted.
Yeah.
So we're going at it. I have 17 of them I have to paint.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we have Harbor Heresy this weekend, the granddaddy of them all. The Rose Bowl of the Pacific Northwest.
How's
Hey,
the room
John, what's up?
How's the room looking so far?
What's up?
How's the room looking so far?
Not bad, not bad. I haven't really pushed for, like, pimping this one or really... There's a bunch of shit going on around here. So tournaments have kind of been a little low on the priority list, but we're looking at like 40.
I wonder, was he asking if it was a soft room or a hard room?
It's going to be a pretty tough room. All of the, I think Tyler, Nick, Lucas, they're going to be there. Tanner, all that.
Okay, right there to there, there's competition.
Yeah, Kemi will be up. Yeah, no, it's a good solid
I beat
room.
any of those guys and my tournament's made. I have to beat one of them. I can lose every other game.
Yeah. It's going to be a good solid room. Which is fine, which is kind of what I want for this weekend. I don't want a big, massive tournament. So I didn't pimp it real hard, but 40 person. We got the weapons printed up. We realized we had to print 2 more pieces for them, but that's fine. Oh, shit. I have to go to, I got to go to the trophy thing
Yeah.
to get
Harbor stamps.
Harbor Stamp Works to get the plaques made for the 3 weapons. We're doing 3 chain swords. One for best painted, one for best overall, and one for best general. So
If you go tomorrow morning, they'll be like, "Oh wait, that'll be early."
yeah, well, so much
compared
time.
to- yeah, so much time.
Yeah, I've been fucking up. Because like I said, there's so much shit going on around here that
Yeah,
it's a
I
bit
feel ya.
it's a bit chaotic. And we will be able to have a... Where was I hearing that from? I was hearing some... Oh, there. It's a bit chaotic around here, so I'll have more information for everybody here probably very shortly, but right now can't really talk about it, so...
Hush, hush.
Oh, it's not a team tournament. It's just it's a singles event. 40 people so far. So, and I mean, I capped it at 60, so it's not like... And we're going to miss a couple because Charity Hammer was this last weekend, so...
Yeah. I mean, there'll be spots.
Oh yeah, if anybody wants to come, there's still spots. Just get signed up.
Yeah, if you're not going to a wedding,
Yeah, if anyone can play
doing a
just
dumb
Sunday,
wedding
because
Oh
an
instead
yeah,
of going to the
unspecified
tournament.
member of our community
Yeah.
decided to get married. He probably had nothing to do with it, but it's this weekend. But
yeah, yeah. I won't be able to go to that wedding.
I said I'll probably have to drop Sunday, and I'll try to play Saturday. I'd like to get some games in though.
What if you're 3-0, Josh?
That's was already laughing with Marty outside that
Yes,
conversation.
work
was
is
happening.
acceptable. The wedding's not.
It's
Is
like
what's my
KC
point?
and everything. Like no,
Yeah,
I'm gonna win this, and then of course I get smashed the next day. That's how that'd work.
yeah, of course.
I mean, not to say there's an outside chance, but
I'm actually interested. I'm real happy that this came this quick. Like we had the meta watch 2 weeks ago. We had the meta change 2 weeks ago. I'm actually kind of excited that we're gonna get a tournament this quick. Only thing that's not gonna be allowed is the Space Marines because they come out day of. So yeah, it'll have all the changes except for that. So. Yep.
whatever. I'm playing guard. I've already accepted I'll have an index for as long as I'm playing guard. I'll be playing another army before I get a codex. That's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, at least the indexes aren't bad this time around.
I mean, I can function out of it actually mighty fine.
They did a pretty good job so far. We haven't had enough data to really see if they hit some things too hard or didn't hit something hard enough. Elder. I still think they didn't hit GSC hard enough, so other people disagree with me, but Votan are now good. Their points changes they can take a lot more stuff. The being able to have tokens on 4 things. I think Nick is bringing them this weekend, so Nick Johnson. So we'll see how good they
I think
do.
there's Votan got some play personally. Yeah.
Yeah, the more I looked at it, though, there are a couple things off. I don't know. We'll see. But they're definitely better than they were. And Death Guard are way better than they were. So. Because this is the Northwest, there'll be quite a few Death Guard at the tournament.
Well, some people highly disagree with me. I think guard got better. Yeah, our artillery went up. So what?
Now then, yeah. I
Our
just don't.
tanks went down, and I like people, and I like people to like me. And so having an all artillery army is just, and I hate being like forced. Like if I want to be competitive and have a chance, I have to like shoot you off to be just an ass. It's just not a fun way to play.
It wasn't that. The artillery isn't that good without enough other.
Well, the problem was elite players it didn't beat anyways.
Yeah.
But guys who weren't elite, your mid-table champions, which I'm talking about me, it could really hurt. You make a bad move or you do something stupid, and artillery just take you to pieces, and then the rest of your game is just horrible.
Yeah, I didn't think artillery was broken by any means, and in fact, I think it's actually a semi-important. It's actually a semi-important check on a lot of shit.
Yes, an answer to other things running rampant.
Well, yeah, it's a artillery needs to be in the game because it's a good answer to assholes just bringing little min packs to just sit back on objectives and then dump a bunch of points into their really, really good stuff, and that's all they bring. So.
But you need to control it towards a handful of artillery shots to you're wiping out, 3-4 units a turn with just indirect fire.
But if those are garbage min squad units, I don't have so much of a problem with it. I think the neg one to hit guard's problem is it has ways to bypass that neg one to hit and to be hitting on twos and auto wounds. Like that shit needs to not be a thing. Auto wounding is just bad for the game. Auto anything is just bad for the game. Although what was I gonna say? Do you see that they're going to be taking? It's not full rerolls to hit and wounds now. I'm shocked. They found that to be too powerful. No shit, Sherlock.
Oh yeah,
From
I
the
saw
Marines.
that. Space Marine players are being bitchy about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want me to
Well,
cry?
since I'm not currently playing Space Marines, I don't feel bad about it at all.
I don't feel bad for them at all. It was bullshit. It should have never been in the game. Especially in the addition of less rerolls. Josh, you're completely nowhere near the camera.
Oh, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
I know. Right now I'm batch painting, right? So I'm painting big, blocky things. And because I know a bunch of these spots I'm going to be painting over, a bunch of these lines I can be sloppy as hell. I'm going to redo this whole hubcap in silver so I can, boom, done, my line's done.
Over that plate is perfect. You can be back a little farther as long as you're over the plate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm actually really interested in seeing how this tournament goes this weekend with the balance issues, because a bunch of really good players, see how they did on the balance. McDevitt will be here, so that's cool. Tanner said he's bringing 2 new players that have never played in a tournament before.
Well, that's cool. It's a good place for them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because while there's really good players, there's also, really good, nice midfield.
And there's people that, basically, there's no dicks.
Yeah, they're taken care of.
That's the other reason I don't mind this only being a 40-man.
No, we've done this long enough now where, people don't want to be problems, and the people who are problems have already been kind of, counseled.
Go away and never come back.
That is a viable option in more than one circumstance. I just need you to professionally fuck off.
Yeah, this is the last one we got on the schedule for this year besides Harbor Heresy. So Harbor Heresy will be December 2nd and 3rd. And that, boy, people better start buying tickets for, because once
Schleneshmas.
Slaneshmas, yeah. Once that fucker sells out, it's done, because I am at the point I don't have any more room there. Not if I want 40 AOS players. Now, if the AOS players don't show up, or if it's a couple days before the event and AOS only has 30 people or 20 people, I may open up some more tickets, but those suckers are going to be, when they're gone, they're gone. Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Yeah, I meant Slaneshmas.
Yeah, Slaneshmas.
Not Slaneshment. The
Slaneshment.
Slaneshment is the dome over the flat Earth, right? The Slaneshment.
Oh, I don't know. I have a fully functional brain, so I've never looked at any.
That's the dome that holds the rains back.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. It's in the Bible. Dude.
What?
It's in the Bible, so it's solely true, by the way.
Oh, really?
100%.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It
I
says
don't.
it in the Bible, which is how you know.
I don't watch a lot of 2,000-year-old fanfic.
Yeah.
my wife talks about the Bible, and then I point out that according to the Bible, I can throw rocks at her, and then she's like, "Well, that part we're gonna ignore." And I'm like, oh, so we're ignoring parts now.
Oh,
And,
no. I'm pretty sure she's probably had more than 2 different kinds of fabric on at once, too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Stone her to death.
And I assume everybody around here eats shellfish and shit, right?
I mean, yeah.
Because
They're selfish.
we're by the ocean. All punishable by death. Slanashment.
Shanashmash.
That's a real slanashment you've gotten us into.
Oh, but yeah. So Cyberpunk doesn't come out until. Oh yeah, as long as you have like from other Twitch channels, they can do emojis, stickers. Yeah. So like people can take a Warbird emoji that you can get by subscribing.
You
I've
get a
seen some
Warbird emoji?
folks throw
Oh,
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a couple
That's so
more of
stupid
them
cool.
that, based on your subscriber level, you can get some even more ones. I think we have a triple X situation one.
Triple X situation.
And that's what I call a triple X situation. So, yeah, been looking at we were watching a pretty cool D&D thing earlier. Well, tabletop stuff. A guy has some pretty good YouTube channel. It was our first video of his we watched. He seemed to do some pretty good stuff with the hobby. It's RP Archive. So apparently he's got a Patreon too. But he's got a bunch of tools you can 3D print for like doing like road tiles. So he's got like a brick to make brick walls out of foam. You 3D print it and then
Yeah, I like the system. You 3D print the tool.
yeah.
Yeah. And use that with other material. It's kind of
I
like,
wonder how expensive that shit is.
Oh, it's Patreon? Bet it's not bad.
Well, to get the files, because like printing tools like that, that would be great.
Oh, I'm sure it's not much. Patreons usually aren't much.
he said something like 30, 40 pounds a tool. I thought he said. And what's
No,
a
no, no.
pound?
He said that's the total cost to pay to do the whole table.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
after printing tools and materials.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Just files. I just want the files.
And I don't know how that is in freedom units.
I'm not sure what the pound to
I know what that is in
dollar
Tyranny,
conversion is currently right
But I
now.
don't know what it is in freedom.
Yeah, what about in Bored Apes?
Bored apes. Now that's the truest kind of fucking currency there is, dude.
But the truest currency.
Dude, I kind of went down a rabbit hole yesterday where I was
apes.
watching compilations of like Did you black all these, Lee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're blacked.
Okay.
Just on the edges where the destruction is.
Yeah.
Not enough?
Some of them. This one doesn't look like it has enough, but it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Well, it didn't get as blown up.
After I dry brush, it'll be just fine. I went kind of down one of that compilations of TikTok financial advice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Was it 90% crypto and NFTs?
No, it was surprisingly a lot of even worse ideas. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty bad then.
It wasn't great, dude.
I can't imagine it. I mean, like, what kind of advice could you really give someone in, like...
There was a lot of manifesting money.
Okay, I bet.
There was a lot of affirmations.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You just got to believe you're going to...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and spend it like you already have it, and it will just come to you.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of that.
We rack that credit out,
Well,
bad
it
boy.
does take money to make money, right? Like,
Takes money to make money.
man, are you doing all those skulls?
Yeah.
Fucking A. This train's gonna be. We don't really do detail
No.
usually.
No. I just
Not
felt,
usually, no.
I just felt it needed a little more.
So what? So what are you gonna do? The skulls
That's it.
and dry brushing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
makes
as
sense then.
soon as the skulls are done, I'll hit them all with Agrax,
Okay.
then dry brush the whole fucking thing.
I see. That makes
Yeah.
sense. It's nice to pop out one detail.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll just give it a little bit more of a look.
It's a bit of a zing, yeah. You popped it, yeah.
And from here on out, it'll probably be a lot of doing more detail painting on all the tables.
Yeah. Why not? Some of them, some of them don't need it necessarily, but
Right, but we can spend a little more time on everything.
Well, now that you have enough mass-produced tables,
Yeah.
you can afford to go, you know what? It takes us 2 months to do this table, so effing what?
Right.
It's a beautiful-ass table, and we did it. We wanted to, and
my favorite part of
what?
this train is the flying buttresses that are only holding up the first floor. Like that look at that building's like a
Yeah.
3-story building or 4-story building. That's so awesome. Must be that really that good American imperial steel or whatever.
It's permacrete.
Or plasteel. What's it
Plasteel
called?
and permacrete?
Sorry. Plasteel.
God, don't you know? It's plasteel and permacrete.
Plasteel industry. American plasteel.
It's not American.
Well, it's whatever. It's got that mix of American tenacity and German ingenuity, I guess.
Pulling
You're
yourself
talking
up.
about the Imperium
Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps.
by your jackboot straps. Which don't have straps.
Fascist pig.
They don't have straps. They're more like cop boots.
Oh, Josh, I figured you'd like this one.
oh,
Do you see the Liberty Safe Company?
What about now?
What's that?
What about the Liberty Safe Company?
Fucking FBI went to serve a warrant on a guy's house.
Uh-huh.
They just called up Liberty Safe Company,
Uh-huh.
and because they were like, "Hey, we need the combination to your gun safe," and he said, "Go fuck yourself." And they called Liberty, and Liberty Safe Company just went, "Oh yeah, here you go. Here's the passcode," without ever seeing the warrant, anything.
See, they should have actually got our lawyers have to okay it. But
there
as soon
was
as our
a-
lawyers say okay,
There was a warrant, though.
There was
right?
a warrant
that they
but
could see.
No, they never saw it.
I'm just saying, like, there was a warrant.
no, from Liberty Safe Company. I'm Liberty Safe Company right there.
Yeah.
My first thing would be,
That's the big. That's
we
really the
would
one
like
you
to
need worry about,
cooperate.
but yeah.
We'll put you in contact with our lawyers. And as soon as our
Right.
lawyers say to do it, we're right on it.
I mean, I would have just given him the combo if I was the guy, because the other, let's say that Liberty thing couldn't happen or whatever, they're gonna just like cut it open and shit. So you're ruining your safe.
Yeah, but the guy who, oh yeah. I mean, eventually they're gonna get into it.
They're having,
Yeah,
they're,
actually, it matters
they're
how much
likely
money you got.
Yeah.
They're likely gonna ruin it.
Oh
too.
yeah, from that guy's perspective, yeah.
If
You
it's
tell
my
him.
house, I'm like, oh hell no, I'm giving everything up, but I don't actually have nothing to fear. So I mean, okay,
Right. I'm just saying, like,
Right, but even if you did,
gun safes aren't cheap. So
right,
no,
especially Liberty Safe. So they're getting into the fucker. Like, that's just a given. The option of them not getting into the safe isn't on the table.
yeah,
Yeah. Right. They have the warrant to do
Right.
it. Allows them to
Right, they'll just take the motherfucker and go crack it open later. Yeah, they'll just cut the motherfucker open.
yeah. And if they take a few of your other guns that aren't on the warrant, they're illegal, right? With it, was they're torching it open, no problem.
the guns. It wasn't
Right.
directly about guns.
It's just about the fact that Liberty Safe.
Yeah, whatever they're
Company-
serving the warrant for.
Put something else in a gun safe.
Right.
Yes, quite often actually,
It's a
but
search warrant, which means you got to show them what's in everything.
Yeah.
It's in the name. So it wasn't a gun thing.
Right.
Search warrant. But if you were like they were looking for drugs will fit in a gun safe.
yes,
Yeah.
Oh no, they wouldn't put drugs in there. It's only for guns. Like you did it.
They were. It was a gun related deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only for guns.
Yeah. But the fact that Liberty just gave it to them.
That's
So
kind
that's
of
weird, I guess. Unless I mean,
Yeah.
read the fine print, I suppose, if you own a Liberty safe.
Yeah, but I, there's an expectation there.
Well,
That,
there isn't. What I'm saying is, go ahead and go back and read that shit now.
yeah,
knowing that,
I almost guarantee their ass is covered.
yeah. You might want to get a different safe. If
And
that's the
Liberty
case.
even said we comply with law enforcement. Like, if they have a warrant, like, cool,
Right.
you have a warrant, and you show that to Liberty. Okay, if I'm Liberty, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, so I mean, if I were Liberty, my first question would, we'll put you in contact with our lawyers.
Show us the warrant, and then
And
yeah.
as soon as our lawyers give us the okay, you get it.
If their
Yeah.
policy is to, if the warrants, okay, you don't need your lawyers for that. If they have a policy that they'll cooperate with law
You know,
enforcement,
you have a firm on, retainer.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
no,
saying you don't need a lawyer. It's not
you don't need
lawyer
a lawyer
situation.
once the policy's drawn
Yeah.
up. That hey, yeah. But no, you better show me that. If I'm Liberty, I'm like, yeah, show me the warrant.
Yeah.
I need proof of
That's not
warrant
the
just so the other party can't sue me, which is probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, that and they immediately, because
So the guy that didn't comply with the warrant that was served on him is the person that he should be mad at.
Yeah, he'll be the one doing the lawsuit.
well, more importantly, it's costing Liberty. Like a lot of people that are super into guns aren't fans of the government. Don't know.
Yeah, the people who want to spend big money on safes buy them so people can't
So
get in their
obey your
shit.
warrant.
If it's that easy to get into it, we don't have a warrant.
That
Sometimes shit happens.
doesn't work if you want to drive on the road.
You know?
Correct, but my safe company, if I held those views where it was like,
Yeah.
I'm anti-government,
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
to get a different company then.
yeah, and there's a
That's why I'm saying read the fine print. If like you don't agree with that
yeah,
sentiment, if you want to be able to refuse and have them destroy your safe to get into it,
yeah,
and possibly some of your guns and stuff, then get a different safe.
yeah, but
If you want that
Yeah.
decision to be in your hands only,
I mean,
then
in reality, you get the safe, you immediately take it to a
but
locksmith.
any
you
big
can get all
company
that
is
changed.
probably complying with law enforcement. If you're talking about an electronically locked safe,
yeah, it's an electronic lock. Yep.
yeah. So
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So either have a backup padlock and on it or something.
I'm sure you can take
or-
it to a gunsmith and have all
or-
that bypassed.
Have it
Or a
do-
locksmith,
yeah.
I mean.
They could maybe do that, but with electronic stuff, I don't know if a locksmith is going to be able to help you there.
Yeah, but they'd be the ones who know.
That's just programming. That's like that's like a pin number.
yeah.
Yeah,
essentially.
can he pull that board out, put a new board in that's
Which
yours?
is also
Not from the front of the safe.
also
not if
Yeah,
it's
if he's
a
a
good
locksmith
safe,
and he has
yeah.
the codes to get in.
also I don't necessarily.
Oh, there
want,
could be a master code, maybe.
I'm sure there is.
I
yeah.
actually I think that's what they gave him,
Oh yeah,
which is definitely a big no-go.
yeah. It would depend on the level of quality as
Right.
well.
Right. But I mean, yeah, if they gave him a master
If you
code,
own it, yeah. Well, I think.
and
what
also the
happens
fact that
if
there
it-
is a master code.
Well, that's weird too. Is the fucking gun safe hooked to the internet? Like,
Yeah,
what is the deal with that? Why would you?
No, you probably have
Why would I set the combo on my school locker and then call Master Lock and tell them what it is?
yeah,
Like, what is going on here?
I bet you there's
I
a
think we buried
bypass
the lead
code
of that story.
that's
I want to
based
know.
off of the serial number of the unit because there's not one code fits
Is it
all,
because
but
it's a
one
smart,
code fits every 400 units.
safe that you can open with your fucking phone or something?
yeah. You know,
I mean, let's not
look
do
into
that.
Let's look into this real quick.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why is that even something they can give him? Law enforcement.
Liberty
Hold on a minute.
safe.
Most other gun safes I've set up, we custom knit a keypad.
But you would never tell. It's like you'd have to tell someone the fucking combo.
So I'm sure there's a bypass
Okay.
that's based on your,
Oh, master code.
New York Times. New York Times will probably have it right.
No, there would be a master code like a master key.
Yeah. Face intense criticism and knowledge voluntarily gave
Yeah,
the
you're
FBI.
right. You already said it actually too. That's
Yeah, to a code.
just when there's a warrant, you got to do what the warrant
correct.
says.
Absolutely.
Like, just do it.
Absolutely.
Like, that's dumb. You're not going to make a stand. You're not. No one's going to remember your name as
It's
a
the
hero
voluntary
of
thing
the
that-
sovereign citizens.
It's a voluntary thing that people are pissed off about.
You're not going to Johnny Rico that shit, sovereign citizen style. No one's going to remember or care that you existed.
Liberty safe from federal agents. Okay. I mean, he was a Jan 6th guy.
It's a certain digit thing and they programmed or whatever. There's code.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He did not know if Mr.
Probably on
Hughes
certain,
had...
you get the serial of the board, there's 400 or 500 codes, but each one corresponds to some serial numbers. Yeah.
So the guy hasn't said anything yet.
People that are a fan of events that took place in early January might want to get a different save.
Okay.
Okay. I think I've gone through all the black, and now I could go through and do all kinds
Okay,
of silver.
so it is a factory set access code.
Yes.
Yep. And then customers can now submit requests to have their factory set access codes expunged from the database, which is maintained to help customers who forgot their combination or had other issues.
There you go.
I don't know. If I've got...
Well, there's always a master key, right? Like, you know what I mean? A locksmith has those access to those. There's keys that'll open any slag or any,
Yeah.
whatever. And,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would want this. I'm of two minds.
Well, the company's going to have it
You
because
just
they
chain an
built
angry
it.
pit bull to the door,
Well,
They're not gonna not have something like that.
and that angry pit bull makes
Every
sure
lock
all your
company,
key things.
no matter if it's manual
I gotta
or
get
whatever,
stretched
yeah.
between colors.
yeah, I mean, I just don't know if I'd want the safe company actually having that info. At one time, yes, it's great because
Well, that's the thing with the digital and all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff is then have like a real lock that's like a mechanical lock thing,
Right.
Like you're going to have to use existing technology that was probably as good or better to a degree,
yeah,
depending on quality.
yeah.
I mean, these digital locking, the handgun boxes.
Yeah.
Have you ever? I watched a guy like open every single one of those with everything from like a comb to a fucking, like butter knife to a real lock picks or whatever. Like
It is.
those
It's
don't
to keep
yeah.
kids out of them.
You could take a screwdriver and just pop most of them open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
So it's like the idea that the digital adds any kind of quality automatically is false.
I don't know how I feel about
You need a
that.
thick
If
steel
you have guns in the
hasp,
house,
like a shrouded hasp.
yeah.
There you go.
If you have guns in the house, any kid in that house needs to understand that firearms aren't a play toy, all that. So I'm of two minds about forcing people to have weird locks and shit that don't really work. I mean, they do somewhat keep kids out of it, but I don't know. Most of that shit comes down to parenting on me. When my dad did it to all of us. He grabbed the fucking shotgun, the double barrel 12 gauge, walked out to a fucking piece of plywood, fucking stood 10 feet from it, blew a hole in it about this big around and said, "Guns aren't fucking play toys. Don't fucking play with them." Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if that worked for you, great.
Right. But we also respected them at that point, and we never fucking played around.
Well, not everyone, but yeah, the idea that people protecting kids is a good
Protecting
idea.
kids is a good thing, but I don't know. I think it should come down to those people to protect their own goddamn kids. Like, protect your own fucking kids. Make sure you don't raise little piece of shits that are going to go pick up a fucking gun and think it's a fucking toy. That's kind of my thinkings on it.
Yeah, what I was talking about with those little lock boxes, I wasn't saying that they were secure
Yeah.
or a safe.
Right.
I'm saying they're to keep people from picking your gun up,
Right.
like a trigger lock or something, but it's a box, right?
Yeah.
Well, what I was saying is that the reason that it's most of those suck is because there's a guy that tests them. If you're a curious kid, he
Yeah.
uses attacks kids would do
Oh,
to try
yeah.
to open them.
I saw one
Yeah.
of them the other day.
So his floor is, could a curious adolescent open this without knowing anything about lockpicking or knowing the code or whatever?
Yeah.
And in most cases, the answer is yes. And so they suck. And he gives, he
I actually saw one of those a couple weeks ago. A guy popped one of the fucking terrible fucking guards on an AR. It was a trigger
Yeah,
lock
like
for
a
an
trigger,
AR.
one that shrouds the trigger. Yeah.
He did it with a fucking literally the walkie-talkie on a Lego,
Yes,
and
exactly.
it was like,
yeah,
ugh.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, there's circumstances that shit's necessary. Like, you live in a house with children. Maybe you're a little worried about some of them that they're not all there. You know what I mean? You don't trust those kids that they're not gonna fucking
that
play
would
around.
that would highly depend.
Actually, even kids you trust,
I
you
don't-
should still keep firearms locked up.
gun
just
safety
because
was not part of the curriculum.
the
at
lock
my
also keeps honest people
school.
honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm 55 years old. It would have been if it was a thing at the time.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, in your house,
Right.
if you have not trained your kids that guns aren't play toys, you don't
Yeah.
fucking go and play with them.
Yes,
And
exactly.
Then I could see having that
responsibility,
stuff
yeah.
in. It's your responsibility.
Well, it's an option. Why not have the option?
I do both, for the record.
Yeah.
And that's
Lock
exactly
it up.
what I
I would
agree
expect them to be locked
with.
up.
It should be an option.
It is.
It's
You
not
don't have to
in a lot
keep-
of places now.
Well, you don't have to keep your. Well, no, I'm saying those handgun boxes are what you,
Right.
how you lock it up or whatever.
Right. But that's the thing is,
I don't know if there's
they're
yeah.
they're making it mandatory
what
in what
gun safes, trigger locks.
trigger locks.
Sure.
No, because when you need a
Handguns are
gun,
super easy to shoot yourself with.
you know what? If you shoot yourself with your own fucking gun, I don't have any.
No, I'm
fucking...
saying like someone who it's not their gun.
right.
You
No,
know,
no one who
like a
it
kid.
isn't your gun shouldn't be touching your fucking guns.
Oh, sure, of course not.
You shouldn't have
There's a
those
lot of
people in
things
your
kids
fucking
shouldn't be
house.
touching.
Well, if you have kids, it's your responsibility to take care of
You
your
were a
fucking
kid,
kids.
right? I mean, I can't imagine that you weren't getting into all kinds of trouble and shit, Jason. Like,
Yeah,
right?
but you grew up in a different sort
But
of
I
household.
wasn't fucking picking up real.
No,
guns
you
and
understand
treating them
what
like-
kids do. You did some dumb shit.
I did some dumb shit,
You did some
but
serious
not
dumb
shit like that.
Not with the gun specifically.
I did dumb shit
But
with
you
guns.
did super dumb shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Very dumb shit.
So yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
That's why mine
This
are
isn't,
extra locked up.
The bad choices of kids is not.
I like not giving them the opportunity to fuck up.
Unpopular opinion. I think most bad choices of kids are from bad choices of parents.
Making a little mistake shouldn't be a death sentence, right? So, I understand their responsibility, but
Right, but you shouldn't be telling everybody they have to put
This
gun
is the-
locks on their guns.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't say that.
that's
I didn't say that.
I know, but
I said
that's
the other thing. Yeah.
that's the problem is they are doing that.
See, some of that, I have a hard time. It shouldn't be. I mean, if I got kids running around, right, my firearms are locked up. That's just a no-brainer. I don't
Yes.
need the government to explain that to me.
Well, that's you, Josh. But think about the. Weren't we just talking about TikTok and stuff?
I would
the
much-
world you live in right now.
I would much rather.
Yeah.
This is gonna be not very popular. I would much rather the kid of some dumb fuck shoots himself in the head than somebody who fucking needs to pull that gun because their house is getting
See,
broken into,
that's-
fumbles around with the fucking
that's-
lock. I'd rather that kid.
It
was
is
dead
unpopular
than that
because
person.
it's a terrible thing to say.
Well, don't raise fucking stupid shits. Like,
Well,
But it's not just those people. It's not people. That's not the litmus test, is whether or not you deserve to die. There's a lot of people that you could argue wouldn't meet that criteria that
But if
accidentally have like
if it's a zero-sum game where people are going to die because they didn't get their gun out in time, because it's the
but
middle of the night. and
That's
you're
the thing that
fucking
happens
groggy.
less than people shooting themselves with their guns, though. That's the yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't care if you shoot
It's
yourself
not really
with your
an
own fucking
equivalent.
gun.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Jason's system requires personal responsibility.
yes,
well, there is that.
Like, you can't take care of a gun correctly, and then there's major, because a gun is an extremely dangerous tool, right?
extremely dangerous.
Yes. Mishandled, they're just a nightmare.
It's literally a tool that's designed to kill people.
Right, an extremely dangerous tool.
Yeah, sit around with loaded guns on coffee tables. What the fuck are you doing?
I mean, it's right up there with drunk driving, you know?
Yeah.
As far as just that level of like, what the fuck, you know?
All the hits.
No, I've always been pro
It's-
firearm, but I also believe there comes a certain level of responsibility with
Yeah,
having a
I am.
firearm.
I am pro common sense gun control regulation,
Do you think
but
you'll
I actually
be?
mean it.
But you're also pro-Darwinian law.
Well, that's not. Don't bring Darwin into this. He never said anything about fucking
Win
trigger
stupid
locks.
games,
Yeah.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
You know,
That's a false. Yeah. That's a perversion of Darwinism.
I also don't understand the American absolute wet panties over guns. Well, I don't understand that the wet panty gun culture. I never have.
Hey, Josh.
yeah.
What are you working on? I can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ha ha ha. Ha. I'm now have switched over to silver. I started on black. Mostly the black is mostly the tires and a few other details.
Now, are these all metal minis?
No, these are about half of these are original squats, and then slipped in all over are 3D printed versions.
Okay.
And then most of the spears actually come from between wood elves, high elves, and Bretonians, fantasy models.
Yeah,
it's
old
quite
fantasy.
the conglomeration of stuff to make it work.
Yeah, this is the hobby stream.
Oh
You
yeah.
just stop with that.
I'd love to get more original bikes,
can talk
but to
about
get
that.
any sort of numbers, it's just dollars, right? You can get, I mean, and finding them. Anyone out there has any old?
So are those
hammer
based
bits?
on the? Are those based on the original models or something?
Oh,
They
yes.
look super authentico.
Yes, I went for stuff that had that old school feel, and I went, my scale I think is slightly off on some of these, but that's all right. It'll be in the big scheme of things.
Yeah.
Having models that are too big and too small, and it's just that old hammer, whatever it flies, it's doing
Nice.
it.
Just wondering, where did you end up getting? Where did you get those? Those prints, right?
Oh,
Those
these
files?
prints?
Yeah.
I think I got these off Thingiverse somewhere.
Okay. I just wondered,
Yeah,
did someone
this-
make a mold or something, or
the old squat community basically 3D or they 3D
they just because they don't look? They must have scanned. Okay.
scanned a lot,
Okay. Okay.
I think.
I was curious because they didn't look modeled, like digitally,
Yeah,
right? Like,
right. No, they're not. They're not
Okay.
digital. They're the original models. Just I think that probably.
Well, that's cool, though.
Yeah, a lot of
Probably
them,
3D
they got switch up parts, and they're,
That's very cool. Thanks, Squat.
Yeah.
no, the
DS.
original, the squat community's cool. It's a nice,
That's awesome.
finding
that
original
was,
bikes.
I just wanted
gets
to
be a
interrupt
pain.
to say to
You know who else is cool?
point that out.
The Eldar community's cool.
Because I had meant to ask you that before, and I thought maybe I'll ask it on stream. So I'll let you guys get back to what you're doing.
Skylar, mandatory minimums, waiting periods.
I'm okay with that.
Perfectly fine with that. No buy lists. Perfectly fine with that. I would even go as far as say, I'm fine with a registry, with a gun registry. I want the government to know what I have. I want them to know what a bad idea it would be to try to input tyrannical ideas into America, which they do anyway. But if it's, I don't think we should be banning assault rifles, stuff like that.
Well, most people don't understand what an assault rifle is.
They don't, because there is no such thing as an assault rifle. I tried to explain this to my mom because she lives in Oregon. I live in Washington. Washington passed an assault rifle ban. And I tried to explain to my mom that there was, and my mom is super left, tried to explain to her, Mom, in your gun cabinet right now, there's 4 guns that would be considered assault weapons in Washington. And she's like, no, I only have hunting rifles. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's very silly and very dumb, in my opinion. Especially when you look at the FBI's own statistics, and less than 300 Americans each year are killed with rifles, and that's all kinds of rifles. That's hunting rifles, assault rifles, everything else. If you really want to get stuff down, you need to talk about handguns and shotguns, because that's where most of the deaths come from.
We correct there. That's why handgun weights are so important.
Yeah.
At the very least, it helps prove premeditation.
Well, and I also don't believe you should be denying law-abiding citizens the right to have a gun because the criminals will have a gun.
Yeah,
They
that's a
don't
given.
care that it's illegal.
In fact, the market goes up. The guns become more valuable. They become even more important to the criminal as they become valued.
Well, it's just the fact that they're not going to. The whole point of being a criminal, if you're going to break into someone's house,
Yeah, criminals don't follow laws. It's the whole like shtick of being a criminal.
Correct.
It's criminal 101. I'm a law-abiding criminal. Like, okay.
right?
It's like you're in the Senate. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing frustrates me because I see too many people in that fucking gung ho fucking gun culture. I think it might come from a lot of people who are involved in that gung ho gun culture, because I don't see very many of them that are over the top fucking. Yeah, I got 18 AR-15s and a hunt. I don't see very many people that are that way that actually hunt. I mean, a lot of guys like.
The problem with freedom is people are free to be stupid. And what can you say?
Yeah.
And you can't take that away from people without going totalitarian.
Right, but I see more hunters. Yeah, I also have an AR-15. Cool. Like, yeah, those people aren't the. It's weird, but the hunting community doesn't seem to fetishize guns as much. And it's a fetishization of guns for some reason in America, and I don't.
I think they do, but it's not nearly as open. It's a lot more private and
But it's not.
It's not invasive, you know.
Yeah,
The open carry nuts and stuff, they bother me.
right.
And I'm pro gun, and I'm like, dude, like have some class and just, this is not necessary for you to be packing in Safeway. Oh, what you're doing is making people feel uncomfortable. You're being an ass,
Right.
And there's no purpose to it.
If you're
I'm defending myself.
Yeah, it's that gun fetishization. I have my concealed carry permit. Like, get it. If you want to carry a gun on you, get a concealed carry permit. It's real easy.
But I mean, there is something to be said about not making their fellow man around you, just keeping it down low. If
Right.
you do it right, no one ever knows.
Well, that's the whole point of the concealed part.
Right.
Yeah. Skylar wants to look at the Hive Tyrant.
I'm surprised you haven't come picked it up yet. Hold on 1 second. I'll go get it. Hey, you got a good view from there?
Down a little bit. No, I mean down towards the bottom of the screen. Closer to you. There you go. There he is. He turned out good, Josh.
Yeah, I really
real
like this
good
model.
once he's got basing on him.
Oh, yeah.
Because once you put basing on it, that's actually the completion of the model.
But I wanted to match his other bases. It'll help bring it with the Army. Yeah. No, he come out real good. I like him. He has a very good organic feel.
Anything else interesting going on? Like, I haven't seen anything interesting going on.
I don't know. The only news I get is from my stepdad, and he likes to watch really, 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 really right-wing conservative news. So some of it's fairly interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that Unity stuff is basically sitting where it was, last week. They did a thing on Sunday saying, oh, yeah, we're going to address it, and then they haven't done shit yet. There's a big Microsoft leak. Honestly, people are like, this is a massive leak. I didn't see much in there that it's kind of a nothing burger, really. The only funny thing in there is Phil Spencer referred to fucking Baldur's Gate 3 when they had a chance to get it and put it on Game Pass before. He referred to it as a second tier straight to Stadia title, which is kind of funny now. He looks like a dumb shit, but everybody makes bad calls from time to time, except for me. Never made a bad call.
Huh?
Yeah, New Range of Tyranids looks pretty good. What's up, Chase? There are some interesting things there. Um, I think there's a couple things in those new tyranid books. Is there's going to be some straight up stat checks in there. Can your army kill X of this? No. You lose. Go back to the drawing board and draw up an army, or hope you don't face Tyranids. Can your army kill an entire horde? Oh, it can't? You don't have any anti-horde? Cool. Go back. And what's cool is there's a couple different flavors there that are going to help balance out the meta considerably. Yeah. Yeah, there's the stuff. Like, yeah, the assault rifle ban, the fact that there is a thing called an assault rifle ban is silly to me when there are, it's just a semi-automatic rifle. That's all it is. And fully automatic rifles are already highly illegal.
Yeah. Been illegal for a long time.
Enforce the rules you have on the books. Enforce the rules you have on the books. If you want to add in, hey, X person's on a no getting a gun list, cool. You want to add in more registries, cool. You want to add in that stuff, that's fine. But enforce the shit that's on the books. And I just really wish there was an honesty, because with people who are they say they're pro gun control, but really they're anti-guns. They don't like guns and they want guns taken out of society. And if you want to come with that stance, that's fine. That's your opinion. Don't lie and obfuscate the truth that that's not your idea and plan. That's not your end goal. Because when they try to put forth gun legislation, like happened in Washington, they're like, oh, 70% of everybody supports common sense gun legislation. And then all of a sudden, common sense gun legislation turns into, oh yeah, everything's an assault rifle. Every semi-automatic rifle is an assault rifle. It's just not.
Yep.
And by the way, this is coming from a guy that absolutely cannot stand, fucking hates, thinks they're the most corrupt organization in politics, thinks the NRA is fucking disgusting. So.
Oh shit! They make as much money as the fucking anti-gun lobby. Do you think they actually want to win?
Well,
NRA loves the situation as it stands because that's where they get their money.
Well, more than that, it's a bullshit arm. When they gave Bernie Sanders a D on gun control, and it's like, fuck you. The guy is from Vermont. The guy has always been
for lobby.
The guy has been pro-gun his entire career. He started to get away from it a little bit towards the end, but at the time they were giving him these shit grades. It's like, no, he's one of the most pro-gun legislators out there, and it's just disgusting to me. I don't consider it a political issue. I don't think it should be a political issue. Like, too much shit has been considered a political issue. Hey, it's coming around. God, there's a lot of fucking skulls on this one specifically. Too many skulls. Jesus. And this will be the third one. I did 2 before we came on stream today because it's going to take me a little bit. But yeah. Trying to think what else has been up and running. Not much. More stuff's coming out about the D&D virtual tabletop, and people don't like it. Mm-hmm. Shock. They sent out some beta tests. We were going to talk about it on the stream, but everybody's under an NDA that got one, and so it's all real vague secondhand shit. So, yeah. Cyberpunk's getting ready to drop its thing, so that's about it. For 40K community has actually been pretty quiet for once. With the except, that's what we can talk about. The way they have changed the buying of codexes and indexes. Well, the indexes, and once a codex comes out, there's some serious problems, Josh.
So what's all going on in that? I have not been keeping track.
So the moment that the Tyranid Codex went live,
yeah.
they pulled the Tyranid Index down.
Yeah, no more index.
No more index.
So is there physical copies you can buy
Of the index? No.
of the codex?
No, there is physical. Yeah, you can still buy the physical copies of the Codex. But those rules, so Space Marines are dropping on Saturday.
Yeah.
We have a tournament on Saturday. As of Saturday.
So if you don't buy the new tournament, the Space Marines can't play the tournament. Theory.
Oh, you can play in the tournament. Problem is, nobody is going to have access to the Space Marine rules.
Wayback Machine? Before they get rid of it?
Or print it.
I'm saying, go to get it. You could probably find the one they've already taken down.
Yeah, well, they haven't taken it down yet, but yeah.
Oh, guys, I've already got mine saved externally.
Yeah. But you need to save it externally and be able to pull it up on your phone. And it can't link back to the other one.
What about the app? Is it off the app?
Oh, yeah. Yep, gone.
Oh, they're fucking up.
Yep.
They're fucking up,
putting
dude.
basic rules.
You know how many
paywall?
people everyone that wanted one was still going to buy the book anyway?
Well,
No, honestly, they're putting basic rules behind a paywall in this digital age. I think it's stupid for a model
That's
company.
so stupid.
They want to compete with STLs.
I am fine. I am completely fine if they want to put all the rules behind an even bigger paywall. I am okay with that. If you want to tell me you're going to charge $14 a month even, and I have access to all 40K rules and
Yes.
Warhammer Plus and the app builder and all that, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Sure.
Right. As somebody who buys...
Because it's important to know.
Yeah. As somebody who buys 3 or 4 codexes a year, I'm willing to pay that price. And if you're not somebody that buys 3 or 4 codexes a year, don't get that and then just put in your codes.
Yeah, have a code like they were.
Yeah.
And or they should have an option to just, like you were saying, if it's a subscription model.
Yep. Get everything.
There should be an option to get just your, your rules maybe.
Yeah, and it's...
Like 99 cents
Oh,
or
also...
blah, blah, blah for your rules
Also,
on the app.
when you buy the physical book, you get a code that you then have to pay them $4.99 a month to use, which isn't outstanding.
Did they just report?
Here's the other
Did they just
problem.
report
you
they paid
can
out like
keep the digital up to date. You can't do
Right.
that with a book.
And we don't-
You have to dig out an FAQ on that then,
Well, here's what we
which would be
don't.
digital anyway.
Here's what we don't know. Are they going to keep doing FAQs? So if they change something in the Space Marine Codex, is that going to just reflect on the app? Is there going to be a spot that everybody can go see that shows all...
Because they paywall that. Oh.
Right.
Well, if they're trying to push people toward buying the books, is what you were saying, right? With the fact that the index rules, you said they disappeared,
Yeah.
but then you said they put them back, or
No, they're not putting them back. But
that's what I'm saying. So when I said you could look on the Wayback Machine, the ones that were already taken off their site, right? Because you said they took the Tyranids off,
Tyranids are gone. Yep.
right? So Wayback Machine that and download it before you.
Maybe because it's a PDF
Yeah.
that you download. I don't know if the Wayback Machine would archive the PDF.
Well, they should give you the code for.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but
People are gonna have to figure this shit out. It's not hard.
I hate to say it, but Battlescribe's where people are going to go to.
Wahapedia.
But not in the state.
Wahapedia, too. Battlescribe's working just fine for me.
Yeah, Battlescribe got updated.
Did they update it
Oh, yeah, it's all full 10th.
to
Yep.
good? All right. Well,
Yeah.
so I guess you just have to decide if you hate the English more or that guy more.
I know.
Yeah. So great. Good news, everybody.
Good news.
Well, I hate to say
everybody.
the winner's going to be the free one.
Yeah. Most likely. But that's been part of why 10th edition's been so good. It's just, let's both look up the rule at the same time on our phones. Like,
No, I think rule paywalls is a dumb thing. If you want to be a modeling company, I mean, if you want to be an IP company, you need to embrace STLs. If you want to be a model company, you need to remove the rule paywall. You try
especially
to do
when they're
both, you're fucking yourself because you're not going to be able to compete in today's market.
especially when you're charging so much for the kits.
I mean, you're just GW's just waiting for a competitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The right thing hits.
Yep. So far, it looks like they did pretty good on this FAQ or the ballots, which I was a little worried about it. The game was in a very precarious position. People pretend like it's not, but tournament numbers were down across the board. Uh, I think the sky had they not done a decent job with this, I think the sky might have started falling. Wouldn't have fallen all the way, but it would have started. I think they're riding a little too close to the line. And they need to back the fuck off the line a little bit. Especially when there's so many more things vying for people's time and attention. I just think it's probably not a good idea to try to nickel and dime your customers at this point in time.
I seriously think in a gaming company trying to monetize everything alienates too much of your base demographic.
Eventually they're going to go too far and it's going to cross a line. I know they think that, and they have no evidence to show that there's a line they can cross and go too far. But it exists. And they won't know it until they cross it. Nah, I don't think so. I think you still keep... I don't think you release actual STLs. I don't think you embrace 3D printing. I think from Games Workshop standpoint, you sell model kits. Yeah.
No, they'd be better off embracing free rules, open rules.
Not even open rules. Not even free rules. Just do them smartly.
Don't monetize them so much, though. Don't hide them behind that. Make it easy to do. Because you would rather people playing.
Well, just let people buy the codex if they want to. But if you're going to have the app, and the app is sitting there, and you know what is even bigger than anything they could do is have Warhammer Plus have a shit ton of users because they want to sell their IP. Games Workshop has been wanting to sell for a while. That's the rumor. That they want to sell. They want a big buyer to come in and buy them. It's what the board and everything wants. Well, you know how you get those big buyers interested in you? If you have an app that has fucking a metric fuck ton of users and just give them some value. It doesn't cost you anything. I know they think these people won't buy codexes, which they won't. But if you just charge $14 a month, you don't have the printing cost. You don't have the everything else. Make codexes, things for the people that want to buy their one codex a year, and they want it to be limited edition. They have one army. It's there for the casuals. But you want people as much in your ecosystem as much as possible. I mean, for God's sakes, you could have a list builder with a fucking link to fucking buy the fucking models right fucking there.
Yeah. If you did it right.
Your rules integrated with a list builder to buy your models right there. Yeah, makes no sense to me. I don't get it. And as a company, I would much rather be getting a steady stream of $12 a month or $14 a month than one sale at $60 out of somebody.
I mean, they'll make up their extra losses just on people who subscribe the app, stop using it, and never take it off because it's only $14 a month. They don't even notice.
Yeah, but people who and that might be their concern, that people unsubscribe from the app, just only subscribe when they go to play, and it's just like, eh.
No, that doesn't matter. Okay. I hate to say it, but like you pay for the app, right? And you get all the rules free when you pay for the app, right? So you're this fucking cash cow dude who jumps back and forth on time whether he can play or not. Gets a wild hair possessed, wants to buy a new army. Here he got all the codexes, all the rules. He used to go get the models.
Yeah.
So then you can go down to his local game store, his GW store, and dump his grand he doesn't want to tell his wife about.
Well,
and stores live and die on guys like that.
But that's the thing. Games Workshop wants everybody just buying off their website, web store. There's a perfect way to fucking
Yeah,
funnel
but why would
people's-
you buy off their web store when you can buy off Amazon? It's easier.
No, that's the thing. They don't want like if your whole thing is you want people buying off your web store, then fucking have a direct link from a fucking app that they pay $14 a month for to your fucking website. Like so they don't leave your ecosystem.
Yeah, you make that shit real convenient.
Oh, real convenient. The most convenient. You've already hey, it's much easier with to drop $150 if you don't actually have to get your wallet out.
Especially if you
And
but
type
then
in
you
your
control
credit card
things like,
information.
oh, you're in our club and you've earned a $5 voucher, which
Yeah.
Oh, so I got $5 off a $70 model I'm about to buy.
Not to mention all the purchasing analytics you'd have access to, all the browsing analytics you'd have access to. Like, it's just silly. It's just silly. That lovely data you could sell. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Games Workshop? Yeah, I don't get it. I'll never understand it, but it's like they want to live 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the semi-future. Well, actually, it's always in the past. It's always like 10 years at least behind. Are they actually the Imperium of Man? Do they not understand technology and are just finding remnants of other streaming services and apps and don't understand how they work and just
Not Wars Perpetual.
just pray to the servers and hope they work? They could be. They could fucking be. Yeah, their inventory management is fucking awful. So I have a little insight there. So when your Games Workshop rep calls you and says, "Hey, what do you want?" He cannot go to a website and find out how many of Xbox they have in stock that hasn't been sold. Their inventory, it's the worst inventory system I've ever heard of in my life. They don't know how many orders they have in the pipeline. So how many orders that have been placed for a model from their reps and everything else. The only number they know is how many are still in the warehouse. Not how many have been the minus what's getting ready to ship out. They don't know. They have no fucking idea. It is asinine. Yeah. And if you want to, they don't have a way for, as a store owner, if you want to order GW product, you can go in and just go to the website. I want this. Cool. You get a worse rate if you do that, rather than if you call your Games Workshop rep and go, I want this item, this item, this item. They are so ass backwards. It is crazy. Like, you get 10% less money if you involve another step and another person they have to pay. It is craziness. It is so far backward, it's ridiculous. And I'd love to say their reps were really good at what they do. They're not. They remind me a lot of phone salesmen, phone plan salesmen. They will call up store owners and tell them, "Oh yeah, aren't you hyped about this?" I don't know how many times I had to tell them, "I am not interested in AOS. We are not interested in any of your quilting product. We are not interested in any of your other product. We're a 40K shop. maybe we'll get some of that other AOS stuff, but I'll make sure I tell you about it. This is what we want to get. Yeah, they're very odd with the way they do things still. Josh, keep people entertained for a second.
Hi, people. I'm keeping you entertained. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm a big believer that I just don't see how a company's gonna be successful looking at their checkbook and not worrying about their community. Because either you, at that point, who you making happy, your community or your stockholders, right? As an executive, you have to make your stockholders happy. You don't have a choice. That's in your contract. So therefore, now you alienate your community to try to maximize profit. How do you sell restraint? How do you explain to a stockholder, we're going to lose a little bit of money this year? I mean, you're not losing anything you never had. That's something that I always found kind of goofy in the financial concept. Losing money because you projected you're going to make money, not that you actually lost money. You just didn't make as much as you planned. And that's losing money. I'm like, whoa, I've been losing my money my entire life. No, what? It works like that?
I was stepped away. Where's Jason? Oh,
I'm not
did he?
sure. He said to keep people entertained. I need to figure out some way where I can actually read the chats and stuff. So I can interact.
I know. We
Because at
keep
this point, I'm
saying that.
talking fairly blindly.
Let's do that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe let's start talking about it after.
Yeah. Where I can see the chats and stuff. People can interact
Oh,
with me.
yeah. Yeah, we need to get Josh to a point where he can see the chats over there. But we're kind of waiting to do any big structural changes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe we can set it up on the tablet for now.
Oh, yeah.
Put the tablet by him.
It's probably what I need to do is get a phone or a tablet big enough and just.
Or we can just set up that little computer, too.
Well, eventually, when we
I'm
figure out our
literally
permanent
looking
setup,
at an iPad.
eventually when we figure out
That's
our
within
permanent
my
setup,
reach.
I'm going to have a computer here. It's just going to have to be just happening.
All right, piece number 4.
I will admit, going back to gun thing, I did see one open carry guy I respected. He open carried like a Brown Bess musket. He's all bragging about 3 rounds a minute. With training and technique. Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Well, that color. What are you using for the skulls?
I am using
Something bone.
Morgas bone.
It's good. That color looks good with the
Yeah, and
base primer.
And it'll get dulled down quite a bit.
Right.
With the Agrax,
Those will be interesting.
She'll get dulled down a lot.
So on
yeah,
the Warhammer
eventually-
stream, there'll be we're putting the NIDS table on stream, Skylar. So
Ooh, what
Eventually.
do we have any plans for a Warhammer game tomorrow?
Not yet.
we don't know who it is yet.
Not yet. What have our last 4 been?
I haven't played one in a
players?
while, so I volunteered to play one.
Yeah, the players.
Last time I played, I think
last
you.
4. You were in
What?
one of the last 4.
Yeah, but it was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's been at least
Well,
2
here, I'll
weeks.
tell
I
you
haven't
right
played.
now. I've got all that info right here.
dun, dun. What is this, romper room?
Hello.
No.
I'm streaming. Oh, I'm sorry. Every Tuesday.
Yeah. Anyway, what were they, Lee?
Chase
Chase and me.
and you,
Yeah.
you and Josh.
Josh, walk away from the mic.
Oh, I'm supposed to walk away from it. Anyways, I gotta go.
I muted it too.
Oh, you muted it? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, so he's in the background of ours. I muted it anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Back now?
Sorry, I have teenagers.
So we have
Yeah.
Chase and me.
All right, so you and Chase were the last one, but that wasn't technically a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the last Wednesday was you and Josh.
No,
So it was
last
Rick. Oh no, Rick and Casey. It was it was Marty. It was Marty and Jason.
Marty and me.
Rick, Casey, Marty, Jason, and then Josh was before that. And then
Josh Casey was the game before that.
no, Josh and you,
Yeah, I played KC before you.
but not on stream
Oh, okay.
recently. It was Rick and Casey. So in between you and Josh and you and Marty was Rick and Casey,
Okay.
and you and Chase. So you've been on 3/4 of them.
Yeah, I've been on too many lately.
Yeah. That's
The
why
only
I
other
did
one
I've
that
been
ever-
2 or 3 weeks.
The only other one recently, the last time you were on was with Casey, Josh.
Okay.
But that was
I
way back.
think I'm due if you can find another opponent.
You played Byrd like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I should
but-
play not Jason.
Yeah. So the
Whether
last
I take
four,
on Marty or Rick
Maybe we'll see if
or
Rick-
and I don't remember if it was. Oh yeah, because it would have been 5 games ago that it was.
And what all armies have been played recently? A lot of Death
It's
Guard.
been-
A lot of Knights.
Chaos Knights, Chaos
could pull
Knights,
something weird out.
Chaos Knights,
I could pull
Death
Orcs out.
Guard, World Eaters, Blood Angels, but we don't have to worry about that anytime soon again. And then, unless somebody else brings them, and then Tau and Tyranids. So I don't know, like
I mean, I could just play orcs. Too.
that would be like instead of you not playing, you just play orcs, and it would be like a different.
Yeah, because I could play different.
Feel like
army
it's a different
also.
player. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to be on, Josh?
I can be. I'm just saying it's been enough now to where it doesn't feel janky.
Well, play your guard.
If any of the people listening want to, if you're one of the
Yeah,
locals
I
and
mean,
want to
have
come
an
down,
opinion.
that's a skiddy car.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying we're gonna listen to him, but I mean, we'll listen to him.
Yeah.
You know, we're Warhammer Wednesday tomorrow,
Well, I've been wanting to play orcs for a while.
and also those.
If Rick doesn't want to play tomorrow, I'll play orcs.
Well, Rick was the last one before Chase.
That was Rick and Casey.
That was the Rick and Casey. Yeah,
Okay.
before Chase was over the weekend or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe I'll play the orcs, Josh, against your guard.
It'd be a good test.
Yeah.
Stick and maneuver.
Unfortunately, Lee put his Squig Hog boys away.
I have some here too.
You have Squig Hog boys?
Yeah, I still have some. I think I still have two, 3 packs.
Okay.
I don't know. Go look there in a second.
So old school. So you're old school orcs
Yeah, it'll be more old.
because it's
school
old
orcs.
school for you,
Yeah.
and then his old school squats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you haven't switched up your army. When you played Casey and when you played Byrd, they were both squats.
That's
Yes, I've been playing squats. I'm pretty consistent about an army every year, so I switch up. I play new army.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Different matchups are different,
I mean, we
even
could
even
do-
between the same people.
I have this dilemma. Still dilemma. Come January, what am I doing? Am I going to continue with squats because they're so cool? Am I going to go a different
yeah.
direction? I don't know yet.
Well, you can also play multiple armies. I mean, I do.
Keep going with squats, man. I think you should keep going with that. I want to see the whole glory.
Well, because as
Everything
it is, I
finished
keep
in a
like if I
display
want to do all
board,
the
like,
things I want to
on
do,
the
I'll
shelf
have
of that case,
a fucking epic army.
Yeah. Get squatties.
We could do Space Marines versus Orcs tomorrow, Josh.
Yeah.
Spacemarines.
Orcs versus orcs.
That's pretty boring.
Well, it could be. It could be cool if it was two different style lists.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Read that comment and tell him how full of shit he is.
I don't think you'd kill the viewer count, although it would be kind of slow.
Well, we'd have one less viewer.
Yeah.
For sure, I guess. Yeah, it would be a slow game, though. That would be the thing.
Right. That's the problem.
You'd be leaning on looking up rules and
Yeah,
or
you have
ask,
to look up a lot of
leaning on
rules and
Byrd.
such.
Yeah. So but that does not to say that there's not a place for that or whatever too.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be cool because you're totally chill. Be like, yeah. Who's orcs?
Yeah, we'll figure out tomorrow. I'll probably, if I need to play, I'll play Orcs tomorrow.
Hey, I have access to those things, dude. So
Do
if
you?
it's
I think most of what I'd want to build on a list is.
depending on what it is, but a lot of it's in like a flip top box,
Oh, okay.
so it's not a bitch to get to. Some of it's in a box, but I know where it all is. So I was contemplating pulling it out myself.
Yeah, I think I want to try that.
Now that I better do it soon, and I know I'm for goddamn sure I'm going and taking screen grabs of all those rules.
Well, that's the thing. Once the Orc Codex comes out, then those rules aren't playable anymore.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
there'll
they'll
be
be
different
different?
rules.
What?
They'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
different?
Yeah, because they'll have Codex rules.
Oh, well then why? Then what's the problem?
The problem is if there's a tournament that weekend.
Oh, that's the only issue. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was a weird. Okay.
Well, and there
I'm
might
sorry.
be. And we don't know how they're going to handle.
They're gonna change the rules that drastically. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a new edition, essentially.
No, it's just there's new detachments. There's new.
Well, sure.
Data sheets change.
Yeah, and there's probably be some that were never online.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Any new kits, but we also don't know how they're handling the FAQs. So, like, if they change the way something is worded in the Orc in the Orc Codex, or like the Tyranid Codex now, like let's say they realize that.
Because they proofread the index, which they should have done before they put it out, but
Right.
they
But if they
didn't.
would have done any
Yeah.
changes, it would be there in an FAQ for the index. But with them.
Oh, will that carry over to the? You're saying?
No, I'm saying where are they going?
Will it be changed in the book, and then the FA? You know what I'm saying? Like errata gets updated or whatever.
Right.
Can you get us a PDF, or are they done with that? You have to get the app.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
take down the FAQ for the index,
Which would be a
'cause
bad mistake.
that's no
for them,
longer
like,
relevant.
Right.
And they corrected it in the book, which means if you don't have the book, so let's say you're super cash, you and your brother like to play every
Yeah.
once in a while at your house.
Oh yeah. No, those
Then
are
you're
the guys,
locked in. Those guys are going to get hurt bad,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you're locked in.
Until
If
you
you
go-
didn't
until-
pre-download your rules,
Well, until you go-
can't even play the
Until you go buy
index version.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Those guys are just going to play with their old models and old rules.
I would just they probably bust out their favorite
And
edition.
you're never
at
going to
that
spend
point.
$1
They'd be
more
like,
GW. You're
Yeah,
done. They're
let's
done as
play.
a customer.
let's play
Right.
8th edition
Yeah.
instead. Yeah.
I just it's silly.
Because that doesn't matter if you're super cash, right? Like you just play your favorite edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody to play with you.
Yeah, it would have to be a situation like I described where it's
Yeah.
like two
You want,
dudes
see,
that
you'd want to make the
are
game more
completely
inviting,
on
more
board with
ease
each
of
other or
access.
whatever.
Right.
Maybe
You
literally.
know, you'd be striving for that $150 to $100 price range for an introductory box set.
Well,
Great.
they have that now.
That's cool. That's really a good way to.
But the problem is the rules. Like, people are way more apt to test $15 worth of rules, especially if they can get some cool lore and shit, like some cool videos, some cool animations, some painting tutorials. Like, yeah, I don't understand what they're thinking. It's an
Well,
outdated
you can
way
do
of-
the app correctly. You can make the app to where it suddenly becomes price pointable. That it just makes sense.
right, where they make more money and they have a built-in ecosystem. I just, it's odd to me. It's odd to me. It's an antiquated way of thinking about all of that.
Well, it's funny how you see in this transitional period that's been going on for a little while now
Yeah.
between print and digital and things like that. How who gets it and who doesn't,
Yeah.
and how like to still be making missed episodes. Just get one of your I'm sorry, just go to your board of directors. Just get any of their kids to come in
Well,
and
that's
explain
the
it to
problem.
you.
That's the whole
Like,
problem with the app. Is
get
like,
there and be
I
like,
feel like-
what? How should we be doing this, sir? King of TikTok or whatever generation.
yeah.
You should be doing this, this, and this, and then be done. Like, I don't understand how to put this in digital. Like, or to come up to that age or a new business model. It's just a bizarre.
what I think they're worried about is I think they're worried if they put it out for $14 a month that me and Josh, I'm just going to order it and then we'll just use one set of rules. I think that might be their concern.
But how could that be a concern in a game where you play different people all the time?
No, because the guys who are paying you $14 a month want to pay to make armies up where they're on the toilet.
That doesn't make sense.
and
If
they
it was
want
a
to fucking,
game-
no, we can't share it because who's,
That's the only downside I can see why they just don't charge $14 or $15 a month for.
And
all the
I guess since they're idiots, I can see them thinking that.
Right.
But that doesn't make sense for the type of game it is. So that means they're assuming that every two people that share rules or more only ever play 40K together. And so I don't get that. How would that work? Because you can't sign in on multiple devices
Right.
that
too
aren't.
many other ways to cheat rules.
So
Just make it
whatever.
legal,
Like,
and it's not cheating.
but I wouldn't
it
be
makes it
surprised if
convenient.
that's what they thought, Jason.
Yeah.
Because they're idiots.
Because your numbers on your app platform are so important. Like, for when you're talking to any media company now, like if you want to cut a deal with Amazon or Disney for the rights to your fucking shit, you can charge
There's
so
all that, yeah.
much fucking more
But
money.
also, it just but this concept of allowing everyone to have that on a tablet or on their phone instead of lugging a fucking books to a and come on, like at the table, you really want to. You did all this stuff. Did anything you do in 10th edition, was it for speeding up gameplay or anything?
Well,
you want to
and they constantly
there's nothing
talk
like
about,
watching your opponent flip through a fucking book.
They constantly talk about how a majority of their
Oh, their
players,
speed ain't gonna change. Whether you're flipping through your phone or if the book still takes time.
No, because
Well,
it's
Guys
way
don't do it
faster.
faster on their phone. I've
It's
waited on
faster
both.
on the
Yes,
phone.
it's faster on the phone.
It's
Josh.
faster on the phone.
There's a search function on your fucking phone.
They're not
It's
equal
fast.
at all.
You know your codex. You don't
Unless
know pages
now,
you know.
Josh,
if you take your time,
not-
I'm faster on a book.
yeah. Well, we can set up a little test if you want.
We can.
You probably not for everything, but
But
having your rules in a little easy
Now,
to.
assuming I'm familiar
know.
with my book, I've already done my homework. I know where I'm looking, and that's where.
Well,
the,
sure,
it-
but
the
you're
thing-
also
So if a
talking
guy
about
hasn't done his homework,
you're talking about the modern world too. People aren't like you. People don't do that. You know what I'm saying? There's people that'll buy that book, put it on the shelf, and never read
it'd
it.
be better if they were like.
If there's
me,
a
though.
digital version, because they're just collecting the book.
the
You know.
I
There has to be a digital version, though. There has to be a way to do
but
that.
if a majority of their players are casual players, like they say, They
Oh,
say
is that what they say?
They
Okay.
say a majority of their players are casual players. That the competitive scene and the super hardcore players aren't their biggest audience. They don't spend the most money. Then you should want to be the only people that they're going to make more money off of by not charging $15 a month are the people that you'd have to buy 3 codexes a year. The super casual people aren't buying 3 codexes a year.
No.
They have their one army.
Yeah. Or if there's some like the guy that would the good chase. Or not the good chase, I'm sorry. There is no good chase.
The only bad chase.
No, the older Casey.
Yeah.
You know how when he was with the AOS armies?
Yeah.
That's the right guy I'm thinking of, right?
No, he's a perfect example of what
Yeah.
GW call a collector.
Because he
whale.
buys an army to paint it
Yep.
and play it once, but guess what he's not doing? Buying those codexes.
No.
So he's ultra casual. He literally paints the army, he plays it once, and his whole thing is the painting.
Yeah.
And then he sells them. So he's turning them over.
Right. But
He
know
does
what?
not buy those codexes.
He would absolutely, without question, pay $15 a month to have
Yes,
access to all of
he would.
Yep.
Because someone like him would do that. And he's an extreme example of one type of fan, but your casuals aren't. I would love to see their documentation and their citations on that.
I can tell
Come
you
on,
what,
man.
I guarantee.
I know there's a lot of 3D printing, but
and they always try to say there's more casual games played. Bullshit.
no.
Because I guarantee you this weekend there will
Dude,
be outside of tournaments.
Have you ever just gone and thumbed through BCP for no dumb reason, like
yeah.
on a random day,
Yeah.
and looked all over? You expand it out.
Yeah.
You search worldwide.
Yep.
Millions of fucking games being played every day, everywhere that are organized games, right?
Right.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yes.
It can't be. Casuals cannot be the bread and butter. There's no way.
They are not the bread. and
Absolutely no way. It's a
And-
complete lie.
butter. And casuals super don't drive.
Because
the
casuals don't put their games on BCP.
and casuals also don't give you fucking free advertising.
Yeah. They don't charge a fucking fee to come to their house and play and make hot pockets.
Well,
You
and
just go do that if you're a casual. You're not. Yeah.
casuals don't give you millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. They cannot pay for the advertising that channels like ours and there's ones that are way better than ours.
Well, sure. Any channel that.
All those lore channels.
I mean, and that's what we're bitching right now, but we're still doing it. You're painting.
right.
Fucking, we're doing a tournament this weekend. Talking about Warhammer.
But-
GW made their money on my models 30 to 40 years ago. And
yeah.
And they hate that. They hate the fact that your models didn't rot away and disappear.
yes. Well, you shouldn't have made them out of metal. You should have made them of paper.
Well, that's weird too, because they should be like real supportive of like collectors and people using old models and
They
like
are.
that history part, you know.
I mean, that's the only
Especially that shit
that's
with
the only
like
reason there's a single firstborn Marine still allowed in fucking competitive. So
yeah.
Well, they know that all those whales they talk about, half
Right,
of
they
those
can't.
guys rebel day one. You take away their original Marine army, their 3 original Marine armies, they have painted up different chapter colors, and like every woman's able to play Armageddon.
they aren't.
You know, they have a Warhammer room that like 4 guys on the planet have ever seen. And, you know, there's guys out there like that.
And they'll move over to Heresy.
$10 less K over there though.
10 less K. 10 less K with blast templates. I'm out.
Ah,
I'm out.
Scatter dice too.
Scatter dice too. I'm out.
Sweet.
Jason, scatter dice, really, because you want to prove you're a man.
If they want to get rid of, if they want Jason out of the hobby, just come out with an edition that involves templates and scatter dices, and I am fucking out. I am not fucking TOing those tournaments. I can tell you that much. I'm not dealing with that nightmare.
Yeah.
Scatter dice.
Oh,
Yeah, ugh is right.
No, I don't miss scatter dice. I'll tell you that.
Nobody misses scatter dice. Anybody who says they miss scatter dice is a lying asshole. John, you're a lying asshole.
I was just gonna say. I direct you to the chat. So.
No, there's those dudes who always wanted it. For some reason, it always went their direction.
Which is weird. 'Cause it
No, he
literally
did that because he had to roll scatter
points
dice
out
like
a
6
direction.
feet from the point of point, right? And so his angle is usually real liberal.
Well, that's why they did it wrong. See, scatter dice should be. They shouldn't have made a
You should get
special
close to
dice.
point of, you know.
They should have. What it should be is it's from the view
Table
of your
quarters.
deployment zone
Yep.
is north, and you roll a dice that has, and you pick the directions or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like you have a 12 o'clock and you only have the choices of north, south, east, west, and then the secondary
Southeast,
directions or
southwest,
whatever.
yeah.
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 Right. So that would have to be an 8-sided dice.
Yep. But then where do you put the template?
So then
God,
they use 6-sided dice, right?
templates
So
too. Jesus.
Yeah.
It just slows down gameplay. You want games to move fast.
because if you
know?
didn't, if they'd assigned a number to each direction,
Yeah.
then there's no argument.
Yeah.
It's just that direction away from whatever the thing you're
Yeah.
rolling about is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, don't worry, motherfuckers would pull out like fucking Boy Scout fucking compasses and shit. It would get
Oh
fucking.
God, yeah.
off the board. Oh, damn.
Ugh.
Draw.
Yeah, I gotta get moved for a second.
Why would anything land
made a
off
lot
the
of things
board?
today.
Oh yeah, that was that.
How
was
would
their,
it land off the board?
That was their answer to stuff coming back in. It just got destroyed. Like you rolled a scatter dice along with the dice, and so it was 6 inches
No, when you
that
deep
way
strike,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
and you can deep strike off the board and lose your own unit.
because you were rolling a measurement.
because you got lost.
But why would any measurement be more than the board away from?
Because depending where you wanted to come in at.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Your deep strikes roll a scatter dice.
Oh, I see.
You know,
You pick the spot where you
Yeah.
want to come in, but then you roll a die after
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And if you off the board, you're off the board.
Your guys got lost in the war, or they got shot down.
Yeah. When the warp fighters with every time they jump.
That sounds like a fun mechanic. What are you talking about? There's no bad feelings with that. It's fun. Wee. Wee. Yeah. 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 And then if somebody picks the dice up too, like yeah. 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 I think an easy way to deal with that too would be to your opponent has to roll it.
You know what the easiest way to deal with that is? Don't have scatter dice.
I get that, but they did it. I'm saying there's ways to do it where they could have done it
How many do you
well.
tables do we have this weekend? Oh, they'll all be good.
Because we're getting the other stuff from Kevy, right?
Yeah, I just got-
Oh,
as of right now, we need 8, but
I thought it was 12.
no, we have
Am I crazy? That 12 would be 40, right?
40 is 8. We have 12. 20 tables. But I think we'll probably need more by that.
Oh, 8 is 20 for 40 people. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll probably get a couple way to add.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, we should plan on like 3 more tables or something. Unless it's a pain in the ass. If he has to bring 8, are we saying if he brings like 2 more? Bring 10 instead of 8? Yeah. That can't be too bad. Where is that boy? Oh yeah, yeah, he does that sometimes.
Ugh. Back to batch paint.
Whenever you have something of note, Josh, pipe up and I'll bring the camera over too.
No, right now I said I'm batch painting. It's grabbing a color and going through. I'm doing 17 models, at one shot. So, but
You batching?
yep, I'm batch painting.
batching,
Next
bro?
week I'll do some sort of something cool.
Well, these are cool. What do you mean? Like,
Well, these are cool, but they're not. It's slow progress.
yeah. Well, you mean batch painting?
Yes.
less.
There's no big, nothing moves real fast because it's right at the end when I wash and when everything blings out.
Were you talking about something?
Yeah, I'm usually talking about something.
I mean, well, I meant, weren't you talking about a project you wanted to do?
Yeah, I want to see if I can do silver bases on my Custodes, mirrored bases. I was reading online about some processes guys are doing to create a mirror. So that basically because they're Fab Stoties, right? There's a fully 3D printed Fab Stoties army. So they're all like glossy and muscled for the Emperor. It's fairly good, cool. I enjoy it.
Yeah, you definitely need to spray those with a satin varnish.
Oh yeah, they got to be like gloss as fuck, gloss, just blinging.
Maybe semi-glossy.
No, oily.
So they're all
I need
wet.
to get because I have a Scentsy. My sweetheart got me in coconut oil flavored. So like if I did their display board, I just fat fucking you lift bro.
I would
Coconut.
be so.
Oh, you
mad.
mean, are you, wait, are
I
you
would
talking
be
about
so
a,
mad if at a tournament some guy's got a fucking Sensi going, dude. I will
Fuck
punch
yeah.
you in the
what's a
dick.
Sensi?
What's a Scentsy?
They're candle warmers. You make
They're-
It's a scented candle thing?
sort of. It's scented wax balls, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a brand name?
Yes.
Okay.
The women, they have like Scentsy dealers.
So
it's
it's
a
like
thing.
potpourri.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. They got a billion flavors, and they got all these officially licensed warmers.
Do they have
all
like
that.
Mine's Star Wars. I have a Star
strawberry
Wars one.
shortcake,
Oh,
bubble gum?
Yeah. I'd be so fucking mad if I had to smell a fucking Sensi all fucking weekend. Half
Yeah.
those fucking things I'm allergic to. They fucking make
Oh,
me
I'm sure they
sneeze.
smell amazing too. Yeah.
He's fucking selling it to me for the record. I'd only keep it on for a minute.
He's talking about a joke one though that just smells like coconut oil,
Yeah.
like you're at the Muscle Beach or something.
Yeah, but it will fill the whole fucking.
Not the Sensi. You just do something else. There's other ways.
Do
to
you
do
only
it.
turn it on for just when the judge is in front of it?
You know, you can probably order. You can probably get online and
Order an Axe
order
body
like a
spray?
scratch and sniff thing to the scent you want.
Well, you can.
And if
turn it
this
off.
business doesn't exist, I'm going to be very disappointed. And then you could give one to everybody, and they could choose to smell it or not.
They get stickers.
Yeah, they get a sticker with one of your. We'll
With
take a
just a
nice.
big-
We'll take a
just
sexy picture
Big
of one of
sticker
your.
of a cock.
Yeah.
I mean, you're selling it.
Oh yeah, it'll just be a real cock.
Just be a picture.
It won't
of
be a
real
like
cock.
yeah. We'll just
You
find
want
the
rocket ship?
yeah. We'll find the biggest, like throbbingest, veiniest cock we can find, and put a coconut oil scratch and sniff.
I mean, I'm
and
okay
make
with
business cards.
it. The army's already made.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't say on the card what you do.
My
sir.
cock is your business.
Oh, I disagree. It does say exactly what I do. Have you scratched and sniffed it yet?
I've already had people like uncomfortable with the whole concept, and I just love it. I'm sorry, but I just enjoy making people uncomfortable. I'm
It's
cool
so
with that.
good. So, in answer to your question, there'll be around 20 tables.
Yeah.
So Chase, just remember someday you'll be like, Josh, you need to turn off your Sensi. I'm like, fuck you, man.
One of these fucking things. I should have thought about this before I decided to do it.
Are you gonna make it?
Yeah. Oh,
You
this
okay?
one hardly has any skulls. Nice.
Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah.
Just like you'd build buildings. if the same person built them all. They're very realistic though for like a real buildings because they're all different.
Most buildings have skulls on the side of them, I've noticed.
And skulls packed
I mean-
in where a window should be.
Yeah.
In the
Just-
good old
yeah.
days.
That happens all the time.
the good old days, 1945.
Hey,
Ever since fucking Union, you
I was-
couldn't bury the dead in the
I
walls.
was building all these windows, but I ran out of glass. What should I do, boss? Fill it with skulls.
Little skulls. Okay.
Okay, boss. Where do you want me to get the skulls? I don't care.
Yeah,
That's your problem.
yeah. Don't you have a cousin? Source and skulls. I'd call China.
Go to Japan.
I'm like, shit, I'm sure they have a demographic that'd be okay with removing from their population.
I thought it was funny because when I was looking at those, when I was putting all those together and putting them on the new bases,
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck are their skulls like embedded in the floor? And I thought if you had really made this place, because there's floor pieces that have skulls sticking up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm trying to imagine being under attack and like running down,
Tripping on
only
fucking
just tripping
skulls.
on fucking skulls.
Fucking goddamn
And
it,
shit,
leaving
and it's
skulls
like-
out.
Yeah.
And remember, these are the good guys. These aren't the
You
guys.
mean the one that Jason wins, or the one that we're making?
No, I'm a firm believer the Imperium has
Oh,
no
we
good
don't
guys.
do
There is
that.
no good guys.
Right, but these aren't the ones with the obsession of skulls.
Yeah, they're not obsessed.
Jason's best sport trophy is a fucking ribbon, Chase.
Yeah, it's a ribbon.
Because you got to figure the Imperium's so big. The Imperium does have pleasure worlds and places where people
Yeah, if
live.
you want to
actually
get
pretty
one of
good.
the trophies, you gotta.
Hold on, do you think they have skulls everywhere on Pleasure World?
I know. I mean, they have like pleasure worlds, or like the entire place is a beach. People just go there.
Right,
to
but
vacation.
embedded in like the tiki bar and shit, is
Yeah.
there like
I
skulls?
mean, well, I
It'd
mean,
probably
that's,
be. You probably have
that's
to
what's
look for 'em
serving. You have a
harder.
servo skull serving you, anyways.
Yeah, just embedded in.
No,
the
they just
fucking-
take comfort in knowing that the whole thing's like the whole vacation planet, all the resorts and stuff are just built on top of like burial grounds and shit. They're just full of skulls.
Well, they have mausoleum worlds where they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a pilgrimage and a vacation. I mean, it's just all about whatever excuse you're using.
Give skull fucking a whole new idea. I mean, like, oh, there's a vent port there. You know what that vent port's missing? A skull right in the middle of it. Like,
No.
How's the air gonna flow out, boss?
you can flow out through its eye holes.
In the Imperium's defense, skulls have always been a powerful propaganda tool. And,
I do like though that during the Horus Heresy when Horus is stabbed and he's in the temple on Davin, and he's like, and Erebus takes him back to see the Imperium. Horus is like, why are there skulls everywhere? Why? What is going on? What? And they're like, oh yeah, it's because your dad's a dick. And he's like, makes sense.
why are skulls everywhere? I think Logar has something to do with that. I mean, the modern Imperium is his plan, anyways.
Well, yeah, at the time, he thought that this was all Lorgar's doing.
Oh.
And then he's like, wait, where's the statue of Lorgar at?
No.
Where's the statue of my boy Magnus? Where? Hey, speaking of which, where's my fucking statue? The fucking War Master. And they're like, oh yeah, he betrays you. He kills you in the future. What?
Some shit happens.
It was really well written. In the fact that that is what the Imperium is, but it's because Horus's own actions led to it.
Well, that's the whole crux of it, It's almost factually correct.
And then my best boy, who did nothing wrong,
Didn't
showed
do
up
anything
and
right
was like-
either.
was like, they're lying to you, Horus. I'm here to help you because I don't want to see you fall to chaos because I hate chaos because I'm Magnus and I'm such a good boy that does nothing wrong. And then Horus was like, didn't Dad tell you you're not allowed to do this anymore? And he was like, yeah, but I'm trying to be a good boy and get Daddy's love. And Horus was like, yeah, fuck you and fuck him.
I mean, I get it. you know.
But I am going to listen to the Sneak Snake Erebus. Hey, yeah, that one hardly had any skulls on it. Fuck yeah. Woo! One more. Please don't have one skulls.
Aren't you glad you did it in that order?
Oh, I am really glad I did it in this order. Ah, this one's got quite.
That has a lot of them. Oh, it's got
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, it's got a lot.
They're the long strips though.
They're long. Actually, the big panels are easier.
Sure.
Now that you've done it, you know where they're at, so you have to look for them as much too. You get that advantage after a while.
Well, it's the last piece though, right?
Yeah.
You did it, and you did a good thing. You did a wonderful thing, and no one's gonna notice.
He'll know.
Then I'm gonna have to. I'll wash them. Then I'll probably dry brush these, or I will. How long have we been on? 2 hours. Yeah, I'll probably just finish this up and do the washes.
Wow, 2 hours already.
Yeah, 2 hours already, and then
Just flying.
at some point this week I've got to break my airbrush out and airbrush those crystals.
Yeah, I
on-
figured that was something you weren't gonna do today.
No, Jason doesn't hate sportsmanship, Chase. Jason just doesn't think that a random cool kids club bullshit should determine.
Isn't it real? Isn't it also? It screws up the overall or something,
It
right?
fucks everything up.
Yeah. I mean, that's the bigger thing. It's a
Somebody-
wrench.
Somebody drops fucking.
Yeah, it's a wrench in the monkey works.
Yeah. Plus, it's just another way for bad actors to fuck people over. Because, like, let's say you're a dick and you don't like that you lost. Well, I'm not going to give that guy any sportsman points, even though he might have been the best sport you played all fucking weekend. He might have gone out of his way to make sure you had a good, fun game, but you lost, and so you're going to be a pouty bitch.
Now, are those people like part of this? I mean, I thought people like that were
People are people, man.
not really
You
run
cannot
out of here, that or not
make
really
people
around
not be
here.
people.
But
It's not quite as bad here.
Yeah.
I've noticed here, like in a lot of places that I'd go and play tournaments, it was, oh, that local guy wins best painted every time. And it was like, his shit sucks. And they were just like, yeah, but all of his friends are here, and so it's his local shop.
Yeah.
And so everybody votes for him for best
Well, we
painted.
did the Matrix.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I think you should go back to just doing like make everybody get in a circle and do Limp Biscuit. And
You know
whoever
you'll be loving
whoever
this
has to eat
shit
the
right here.
biscuit, whoever has to eat the biscuit is the best sport. That's the only true test of sportsmanship.
Consider me Lance Armstrong then.
What is there a story about him jacking off on a biscuit?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Don't you remember how Lance Armstrong always used to claim himself to be the best sport?
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
How he did everything right.
I ruined it. That is funny as shit, though. I'm the Lance Armstrong of Limp Bizkit.
That's the other rabbit hole I went down this weekend watching YouTube videos.
Lance Armstrong masturbating.
No, WNBA actually.
Oh, speaking of masturbating.
Yeah. Well, because the WNBA is constantly talking about how one of them came out again this last month and said how they deserve a bigger share of the revenue in the WNBA.
They don't make no revenue though.
They don't. That's the problem.
It's like you don't want that deal.
The entire league, and this isn't profit. This is just revenue. Made $60 million. What they're paying them now is more than $60 million. They have to get subsidized by the NBA every year. Yeah, heavily subsidized. And they're complaining that they don't get paid.
You
As
get fans in the seats. People think that's a big deal. Well, buy WNBA tickets, man.
Right, but the thing was, people are saying, oh no, they just don't respect women athletes. And it's like, no, people just don't respect assholes. They don't like assholes. Lance Armstrong, perfect example. Male athlete, everybody fucking hates him.
Today,
Yeah.
he was the hero of the week for a minute.
Right, until they found out he was a liar, which these WNBA players are lying, that he was a fucking dickhead. And, people don't hate women athletes. Every fucking Olympics, everybody all of a sudden starts giving a fuck about figure skating. And I can't think of anybody who fucking has basically anything bad to say about Serena or Venus Williams. Like, I've never seen anybody have anything bad to say about like some of the other former soccer player women, like was it Chastity McLean? Wasn't she the one that everybody liked? Yeah, or other basketball player women. But you keep going out there and lying on television and saying you're not getting paid what you deserve and making up lies, and people aren't going to like you. But that's the other rabbit hole I went down this weekend. Was watching, surprisingly, a lot of WNBA stuff, which was weird. And I think I agree with that guy.
Boom! I've got all my silver done.
You got all your silver done?
All my silver, all my black, and all my silver today. Which are major colors.
And Chase, it's not so much a discount version of the sport because the NBA G League makes $200+ million a year in revenue. It's still probably getting subsidized by the NBA, but it's making much more revenue.
And the thing is I don't think they don't realize, but like the NBA would love nothing more than a female who could compete in the NBA. Do you know how much money they'd make
that could never
if they
happen.
found a woman who could play?
Josh, that could never happen.
But you realize why they'd make so much money, why they would slab it. Probably will never happen.
But the WNBA, it's not, a woman doesn't have to compete in the NBA. They can have their own thing, the WNBA. But they're fighting against things like lowering the rim so that there's dunks. So it's more exciting. So it's not just a bunch of people passing a ball around and then shooting. Yeah.
They should shoot at them while they're during the game.
But
that's once again.
But they just make
throw-
dumb comments like
Throw firecrackers down on them.
I think Brittany Griner said she could beat Boogie Cousins one-on-one. Boogie Cousins is a really good player. Used to be. I mean, he's old now and gotten beat up. But at the time, said she could beat him at one-on-one. And even the coach of the women's Olympics team said, I am going. If that happens, I am going to go. I'm going to empty out my bank account. I'm going to sell my house. And I'm going to put every dime I own on Boogie Cousins because it is a guaranteed win and there is no way in hell. And that's her coach. But it's just like, when they say things like that, it's just, and then they say how they're being underpaid, and I don't know.
Well, someone's making money, or they wouldn't have the WNBA.
Nobody's making money on
Somebody is, or they wouldn't have the WNBA.
The NBA does it because it's a
tax
write-off
write-off.
for
I mean,
one.
there's individual owners of teams, right?
That aren't making any money. They're
Well,
breaking
then
even. They've had to shut
That
down.
doesn't make any sense.
They've had to shut down a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the NBA goes and gives them money and says, keep this going. Please.
Okay, so they get their money.
They get their
the
money
owners.
from the NBA, yeah.
I'm saying, like, it wouldn't be worth it to them to do it
No.
because the owners are business people, not, yeah.
Yeah, the NBA subsidizes them. They go in, they go, oh, how much money did you lose? Here you go, bud. You didn't lose
Like
any.
most other rich people, the subsidies, yes.
Yeah.
So I understand why they keep doing it.
I mean, at least the NBA is doing it, which is good. But the NBA has changed the rules in the NBA multiple times to make it more exciting. Well, I mean, that was basketball in the 90s, and then they took that shit out. Motherfuckers going in the paint and just fucking getting clotheslined by Xavier McDaniel.
Hell yeah!
X gonna give it to you.
I got his autograph when I was in high school.
Ugh.
I was the security office at the SeaTac airport because I was in high school and I had a mouth.
Yeah.
And Xavier McDowell's had to come through too. And
Yeah,
while he was
that,
sitting there waiting, I got his intercuff.
That Sonics team was a lot of fun. You had Sean Kemp just dunking on people and just knocking women up left and right. You had Gary Payton being Gary Payton. Unfortunately, I was in the Portland market, so I had to deal with fucking Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter. Also, question, and it might be like this everywhere. Was every handicap person in the Seattle area completely into the Seattle Supersonics? Because I have literally equated the Portland Trailblazers with handicapped because
What's the con?
every single handicap person in the entire Portland area, like that got the games every night and all that, was so into the fucking Blazers. I wonder, was it the same thing up in Seattle?
You get that in a lot of communities because it's something to interact with. Being handicapped and sports teams is an easy way for them to interact with normals, I guess, is however you want to put it.
I know, but was it that?
Everyone's happy about the team. Yay,
Was
it's
it
exciting.
Normals.
I mean, obsessed.
However you want to put it. It's the wrong word, right?
But was it that way up here too? Like
Yes.
was every handicap person like completely decked out in Sonics gear? Like loved the Sonics. Go
Are you
Sonics!
talking about every person you see that's handicapped is wearing some kind of sports jersey? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
not
always.
sports jersey. Very particularly the Portland Trailblazers.
What
But
do you
I
mean?
don't know if it's because that's where I grew up and that was the market. Like I don't know if everywhere.
You
like
mean in California you saw that?
no, in Portland.
Oh, in Portland.
Yeah. I was 45 minutes outside of Portland, so. But it was every handicapped person. It wasn't just like a couple. It was every single one.
But that's the Portland team.
Right, but that's what I'm wondering. Is it the same thing up in Seattle where every handicapped person you saw was into the Sonics?
I don't know.
Because the Sonics were gone by the time I got to Seattle.
Are they gone now?
Yeah, they've been in Oklahoma City for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
And
decades.
The NBA won't put a team in Seattle because
We won't rebuild a stadium.
no, that's not it. They've already said we will rebuild the stadium, give us a team. As soon as we know we have a team, the stadium is built. But the
Well,
the
Yeah,
NBA,
they're in the older venue. They were in Key Arena.
they were in Key Arena.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if Key Arena is still standing. I think
It
they
still
used to
is.
play hockey.
It's on Seattle Center, so it's probably
But
there.
they
But
they're
it was
gonna
primarily
Still used for all
concerts.
kinds of shit.
yeah, but they said they're gonna build a new one.
Yeah.
But the NBA uses them, so every single time, like the Milwaukee Bucks, their ownership didn't want to build a new stadium, and their stadium was old, run down, like Key Arena.
Yeah, if you don't
And-
do it, Seattle good, yeah.
That is exactly what they do.
So
Every
it's-
time
it's-
they're
it's
like,
leverage.
Seattle wants a team. All of a sudden, their shit gets made. The Golden State Warriors needed a new venue. They were in Oakland, and it was awful. And they said, you don't want to you don't want to pay the
who's-
money?
So who's not putting a team here?
The NBA on purpose. Because the owners have to vote to move a team there or to expand the league. And, well, an NBA team in Seattle make a lot of money. It's like fucking one of the
Oh, there's
8 or
a
9
finite amount of teams.
There's a finite amount of teams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, but they are,
See, I don't give a fuck about any of
Seattle
that,
is
so
much,
that's why I
much
don't
more
know.
valuable as a threat piece than they are as a having, well, actually, they'd be a huge money making team. It's like the 10th biggest market.
course, yeah.
Everybody loved the Sonics. Everybody was shocked when they left. That one piece of shit just fucking moved them.
Yeah, that was whining about fucking.
But yeah, they just use Seattle as a fucking boogeyman to get new arenas built. They're using Vegas the same way.
So what
now.
you're saying is Seattle would get a team again if all the handicapped people
I don't
got together.
I just don't know if
and
it was
did
the
some
same
kind of like
everywhere.
block the
I just
freeway or
like I can't look
Yeah.
at the Portland Trailblazers. I cannot look at the Portland Trailblazers without.
I mean, this has nothing to do with your anti-Portland bias, right? Like
No. But I just can't look at the Portland Trailblazers or hear the name Clyde Drexler without immediately.
Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
Clyde Drexler. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Maybe
basketball signed by Clyde
the-
Drexler.
Did the stadium they play in have like the best accessibility or something? Like, was that it? Like,
I'm pretty sure most of these never.
did all the vendors where you get hot dogs, did they have that one lower window for the wheelchairs or the?
No. We're not talking those kind of handicapped.
Oh,
We're talking Corky handicapped.
oh, you're not talking about like wheelchairs.
No,
and
I'm not talking about like
walkers and-
people in wheelchairs
Oh,
or
I
people
see
with
what you're
disability. I'm talking about
I see
mentally.
what we're saying. I see
Yeah,
what everyone's meant to infer
yeah,
about the Portland Trailblazers from what you're saying. I get it.
yeah. But
I'm caught up now.
So I thought it was
I'll teach me to go to the bathroom.
like I thought it was like okay, just all the handicapped people are just into the local team, right? You know, like Josh said. But
Yeah, it's a way to interact.
But I never saw it anywhere else.
We're all
Well,
football fans, so we're part
You know
of a
what
group.
else it might be though? You have to think like how sports teams do like outreach shit and stuff like that. They could have had a big, like, there could have been some like fundraising or charity donation stuff that was very focused on that.
I think it
Or
was
something,
I think
and
it
then-
was Kevin Duckworth.
And then it like I don't know.
yeah.
I think it's a perception thing too. I think we all see what we want to see, and you see handicapped people in Portland Trailblazers jerseys.
I mean, it was hardcore.
I
like,
mean, it's an interesting association.
yeah.
It is fascinating. I do. I'm enjoying it.
Well, the human mind finds patterns, and yeah.
Yes, our brain is good at recognizing patterns. It's
And
part
the
of our
pattern, and the
survival
pattern,
mechanism.
the pattern Jason's brain saw was
was avoid Portland Trailblazers.
if you're into the Portland Trailblazers, you might be retarded.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I just didn't know if that was the case everywhere.
Okay, I lived in Seattle for like my formative adult life
When the Sonics were there,
for a lot of years, and yeah, the Sonics were there. Like you saw how surprised I was that they were gone.
yeah. So
And I didn't notice anything like
okay, you couldn't not notice it. It was like every person that was mentally handicapped loved the fucking Portland Trail.
And you're not saying game day. You're
I'm not.
saying
Not game day.
at the
No,
game.
we're talking this Tuesday.
You're not talking
man.
about
No.
a bunch of them tailgating.
We're talking. We
know?
live 45 minutes outside of Portland. This motherfucker's probably
Yeah.
never been to a game.
They got the barbecue out behind the little bus, and they, like
No, not like that.
Okay,
Not like they took field trips.
all right.
No, this was like
We're walking around town
just walking around town. Go Blazers!
at the Target,
Yeah,
at the Walmart,
yeah,
at the McDonald's.
yeah.
Okay.
Just at school. Yeah, I mean, super into the Blazers.
Waiting for the crosswalk light to change.
And they get like violently angry. Like if you talk shit about Terry Porter,
Oh.
violently angry.
So tell me what you did. How do you know this for a fact?
And at the time,
And you don't want any of that stunted fury at all.
no, I told you about my fear of handicapped people,
No,
right?
I'm saying you don't want. Yeah.
Okay, so when I was little, I'm not going to say the guy's name. He was mentally handicapped. And he was in grade school at the same time as me. I say grade school because he should have graduated 5 or 6 years ahead of time.
And you mean graduated high school?
Graduated grade school.
Oh, okay.
So he is 13, 14.
So he wasn't like a double-digit adult. He was.
No. And he was not a nice, happy, mentally handicapped person. He was a mean, angry, violent. Yes, Chase, we will do a hobby slideshow. Get your hobby pics
Oh, yeah.
into
Did anyone send pictures in? Do you have
gmail.com.
any pictures of any of your models wearing Trailblazers jerseys?
So we would have morning recess because it always rained in Rainier. Shocking, I know. And so when you'd get to school, the bus would drop you off, and all the kids from grade school of all grades would be in the gym. It was morning recess. You'd either be outside if it was nice, or you'd be in the gym if it was rainy. And so all the kids of all grades. So this handicapped kid was like 6'4" and like probably 250. He was just a giant. And, little Jason wasn't very big. So it probably made me even think he
Big
was
Jason
bigger
ain't
than
that
he
big.
was. But you'd walk in to the gym after getting off the bus, and you would see him just massacring like fucking kindergartners or fourth graders, just grabbing them like a troll, grabbing fucking hobbits and just smashing them together, throwing them against walls. Kids are fucking crying, screaming, and it was just a daily occurrence. And you'd be terrified that his wrath would turn on you, and just and it was fucking horrifying. It was just terrifying. that was growing up in the 80s, where they let a mentally handicapped kid just destroy children.
You just amazingly hit it. No, seriously.
Keep holding him back.
Shit get real in the 80s.
Not like that seemed like there was something going on there that was.
It was horrifying. It was scarring.
They definitely did not have their shit together as far as what that kid needed.
And I was not what you'd call a sensitive child. Like,
You had brothers.
I grew up on a farm. We were massacring chickens at the age of fucking 4. Just walking out killing hundreds of chickens because there was too many females. Like, yeah. Like, so I wasn't like squeamish as a child. And this haunts me to this day. This ogre just smashing children. It was horrifying.
It's probably a traumatizing memory.
Yeah. I can still hear the screams at night in my dreams.
What was it? Oh, yeah, you didn't want to say.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name.
Well, tell me later.
I still hear the
tell you later.
scream sometimes.
Because there's even a funny story that goes
I
behind his
wonder
name.
if she ever made it back. That's a line from a Weird Al song.
Yeah, it was horrifying.
That is terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, and we still had bullies to beat you up.
On top of that,
On top of that,
No, there was a chain.
um,
God, the good old days of bullies. I don't even know.
oh yeah, toughened you up real quick though. And left some lifetime scars, but probably need to be scarred every once in a while.
Yeah, those scars would have
well,
built
there's
the
a
wall.
whole. There,
and they would be
sounds to me like there's an entire grade school of multiple generations of kids that should be just fine because they had to deal with that kid.
Hey, they showed up.
Where are they? Where are they, Jason?
Those generations showed up to work. They didn't have to take personal days every week and a half.
They got scarred.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I imagine.
I don't know. Are we, Chase?
What?
Is slideshow? Does that just mean a couple pictures from Chase?
I'll do a couple pictures from Chase. Now that Chase could deign himself to fucking
He's the only
watch
one that
us.
brought it up. So
Yeah.
Chase.
and there's a little. I can hear this. There's a slight annoyance in that. How it's written.
Oh, did
as
he
if
say
we
it
should
real
be.
cunty?
Yeah, we should.
Are
be,
we doing hobby
yeah, we should be moving it
slideshow?
along apparently. So I don't know if you want to do that or not.
Which, by the way, apparently cunty is now a
Is it in the Webster's?
word that the kids use now. It doesn't mean you're being a cunt. It means you're wearing flashy shit apparently now.
Well,
Who gives them the power to define
yeah,
words?
but who wears
'Cause
flashy
I don't
shit?
think that children get to define words to me.
Well, they're not defining it like a dictionary, but they're using it
They're
like
using
people
it.
use language.
I
Like-
mean,
Every
Oh, that
generation
flashy shirt.
forever.
You're looking cunty today, Josh.
Yeah.
look at
language
my cunty
changes all the
today.
time.
I'm
And especially slang.
gonna swing
Yeah.
that one by my wife. So
I mean, there were, why is sick?
walks into
why
it
is,
like-
why is sick a good thing?
damn baby, you're looking
Ask
awful
the
cunty
90s.
right now.
Looking mad cunty.
Mad cunty. You should try it your wife
no
too,
cap,
Jason.
no cap.
Yeah. That's
Then
sick.
next week, let's describe the result of our modern slang.
I think, Josh, after a certain point in time, probably not this year, maybe next year, or maybe in 6 months or something, we need to have a segment, maybe not on this show, but a segment on something else, where we look at TikToks. Because I want Josh to have to look at TikToks. We got to find.
Well, that means it's a segment with Josh that you do occasionally, and you do it on the Thursday show.
Yeah.
He has to come in every once in a while and
and we'll have somebody curate a set of TikToks for all
Specifically for
for
Josh.
all of us to look at.
Specifically
Well, I
for-
don't
yeah.
endorse fascism. I understand.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I get
it is. There is some real. There's some real.
Well,
brain
stupid
dead
people can
shit.
spout off without, no fear anymore.
Well, no, it's just the dumbness level.
What works in Blood Bowl? Was that Elijah?
Works
Is he
in Blood
is he
Bowl,
is he way behind?
GM's best game. I don't.
Did you pause the stream, Elijah? Did you pause the stream?
Oh, it's when we were talking about sports ball, probably.
Yeah.
Go Blazers.
Now, I admit, I would sport a Blood Bowl jersey.
I want a
from,
Trailblazers
Reichland
jersey
Reavers
now.
jersey.
I want a Trailblazers jersey so I could every once in a while just throw it on. And come up behind Jason and go, "Whee!" And he turns around and goes, "Oh my god!"
Actually, every time somebody does something,
I'll get
real,
I'll get like a William Shatner mask, like
Well, since we're not allowed to say it anymore, every time somebody does something real dumb, we can make them put a Blazers jersey on.
instead of a dunce cap.
Instead of calling them what we want to call them, we'll just make them wear a Blazers jersey.
Yeah, we'll just let the implication be the implication.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear the special shirt.
Well, don't do special shit.
I don't want to wear the special shirt. I don't feel special today. Just don't want to be special no more.
Yeah. I remember my my
See, look at that big ass skull on the floor.
yeah.
What
I
if
mean,
you have
that's
to? What if you have to
tripping hazard.
get to the other skulls that are embedded in the wall in an emergency situation,
Yeah.
and you trip and just like eat a
that's-
face full of skull?
I'm assuming. Oh, it's the hatch. It's the hatch handle.
I know, but still,
Oh, I know. Still, yeah.
floor hatch handles should close flush,
Flush with the floor, not create a tripping hazard.
and you get shit caught in it. I mean, it looks like a real skull.
Yeah. I mean, you know how hard that shit is to clean.
I dropped my keys down into the skull's eye socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just that the shadow was sticking out. You know, I was like,
Oh yeah. It's just like what's going. Too many skulls.
yeah. I was laughing because I was looking for. I had to find pieces to flesh out, you know, because some of the buildings were real small
Yeah.
and not wide enough or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went through all the pieces
You did a really good job, by the way, of
to find other pieces
these to
to make them
the right dimensions.
the width, yeah. And so I didn't notice it at first, and then I had a handful of parts I found out going through one of the bins out there and stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked down and I'm like, why the fuck are there skulls on this? It's the floor. And then I started looking at the rest of the models. I was like, oh my God, there's fucking skulls all over the floor on all these. Like, that doesn't make sense.
In fucking
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a self-perpet unless they had used all the skulls and needed a way to ensure they were going to get more. Yes, exactly. It's a self-perpetuating closed loop then. You trip, you bash your head in. Hey, I got another skull now.
Yeah.
I can replace that broken skull
So
that you tripped over.
So much emo edginess.
Yeah, it's just edgy too. I think it's to remind you that you're supposed to be edgy and it's grim dark and
Yeah.
yeah.
Grim
It's,
dark,
it's
yeah.
so that everywhere you look, you don't get too like. Before this was bombed out, let's say this might have been a nice place, right? But we don't want you to get too comfortable.
I like to think of it as children's hospital.
Yeah, children's hospital.
Well, how big are the skulls?
Some of the skulls are very small.
Some of them are
big.
small, actually. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's that's happening. Those would be the ones that didn't make it. The test tube space marines or whatever. They wash out in their teens or their childhood
They're
years.
teens, they're made space marines like age 12. Full-fledged space marines. So like when they're 9.
So like when they're 9, that's yeah.
Yeah.
They wash out.
So they keep waffling.
This
on,
one's broken.
So they keep waffling on that lore, which
Yeah, I would say that's per chapter. Because there's some lore chapters, short stories, because I've read quite a bit, where like different chapters grab them when they're young men, others younger, and some older.
well, it originally, yeah, I think it's still somewhere hardcoded in the rules that after 13.
Oh,
they're
he
too
did.
old.
He paused the stream.
Oh.
He just made a reference to odor.
Yeah,
I assume, unless he meant to write order.
yeah, they're yeah, I think they there is reference in the lore that like after the age of like 13, they're too old to get the procedures, but then they go back and change a lot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because their balls dropped or whatever. Like they got to get them before the balls drop.
Yeah, because they're pumping them full of so many hormones and like essentially their bones can't be formed. But then,
Oh, I see.
but like then they go back. 'Cause there's a lot of books like the Dark Angels books where Zahariel and Memiel are clearly young adult men and get turned into space marines.
Are they longtime companions as well?
Sort of. They got mind wiped, so like Memiel did some shady shit, hanging out with the bad people on Caliban, who turned out to be the good people on Caliban. It's a whole fucking thing.
If they were to die, not in battle, would it be due to complications of pneumonia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. But I mean, it's the setting you established,
It's
right?
a setting you established, but
So
they want to friendly it up a little
that's
bit.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like taking beards off of female dwarves. I mean, just leave them kids.
I don't.
It's grimmer and darker if they're kids anyway, right? Like, don't back off the edge.
It is, except for you lose a lot of room for story writing.
Yes.
Really?
Children are not fascinating characters.
Well, but what I'm saying is you don't have. I mean, do they stop growing?
No, they're still growing, but there's the memories. Like
Right,
a lot
you
of
don't-
chapters psycho indoctrinate. So you,
Yeah, but
when
you
you're
don't
writing
have
your
to
story,
tell-
you have these flashes
Well,
of your,
no,
your
'cause
You don't have to do
early
stories
childhood.
when they're kids. You could do stories of them being current Space Marines, right?
But so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
All Space Marines.
And their memories are probably unreliable if they have them at all,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, psycho indoctrination.
So then tell stories with an unreliable narrator in mind, and then you don't have to tell stories about kids.
Yeah, but I think it would be better if they were young men.
Use your head. Yeah,
It's just better storytelling devices.
yeah. Can't wait till he gets to this part of the video if he ever does, and hears us talking about him pausing the stream.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about Elijah
Yeah.
responding. I mean, because the delay on YouTube's not that bad.
No, that's 20 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Unless there's something going on. Yeah.
Oh, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
I mean, he could be like, I don't know, at work.
No, he's probably at work.
How quick have you gotten at editing, Lee?
Well, I'm still doing the coursework stuff. I'm
How's
not
it
doing
going?
anything fun yet. It's good. I'm really glad that it's God, there's some things where I'm just like, oh, like it was easier than I thought it would be.
I thought you would pick up on it real quick because you've done music.
I'm just saying like there were because I'll be frustrated by some stuff. Wow.
Boy, that fucking heliocopter's low.
Damn.
yeah,
That shook a lot.
yeah, it's Chinook a lot.
Yeah, it
It
should have.
Chinook, it Chinook the building. Yeah. No, like little things where like you're trying to figure out how to do something, and then you get they say, oh, it's this right here, and then you're like, oh my God, it was that the whole time.
Yeah,
You're like,
and once you've done it for a while, shit. Just
yeah,
becomes
and it's like
second
that's
nature.
what that means. Oh, okay, I get it now. It's badly titled or poorly worded or poorly described within the internal tutorials, but now it's been explained to me, so now it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so many skulls.
Are you done?
No, I still have
Oh.
this whole fucking face
You
panel.
got a side.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
this side's all done. Inside's all done. It's just that.
Yeah, I'm myself.
Do you want to just do the slideshow and then finish that?
Go finish another one.
Yeah,
You want to look at some pics?
let me pull up the slideshow. Oh, I'm gonna finish this. How long we been going? Oh yeah, half hour. I'll be done with this in more than a half hour and plenty of time.
More than what?
What's that? Because this is the last one.
It's just the last panel, right? The
Yeah,
last
last-
side.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry.
Just
Ooh,
this
my
last
guys.
Oh, and you even started it.
Oh yeah, I've even started it. Yeah. I'll be done with this.
That's like 50, that's 10 minutes, right? 15 minutes.
Probably 20.
That slideshow. Josh has hit a work slowdown.
Yes, I have.
He's on a stoppage.
Josh has hit a work stoppage.
I don't want to break out another color because I won't finish one. I don't want to get like.
Oh yeah, he's gonna finish painting the side. If you can take another pick and get it in,
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can get.
he's got to
your-
finish a model. I'm down for that. That's
Yeah.
fine with me.
Well, because I'm doing 17 at a time, I'm not gonna finish.
I
them
do
all.
enjoy looking at the pics of his excellent prints and models.
Screenshotter didn't happen.
Yeah. Excellent pics and models from our boy
I
Chase.
can't wait till we're far enough, Lee, in this hobby shit that we can just do like D&D terrain and
I want to do D&D
all kinds
terrain.
of cool stuff on the.
I'm tired of 40K terrain, actually, in a lot of ways.
Well, D&D terrain, you can make complicated weirdness.
Well, the thing is, if they go changing this again anytime soon, I'm gonna fucking go ape shit. I'm
Oh,
gonna,
no,
I'm
we're
going
good for-
over there.
We're good for several years.
Okay, I'm going over there.
Yeah.
I'll swim the whatever. I'll get
And
on. I'll
my
hitch a
guess-
ride on a.
My guess is this has been so well received.
Yeah.
That they are going to continue this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't get a lot of victories like that.
Yeah.
So let's let them
They
have it.
don't actually. They don't.
They don't.
They really don't.
Behold
And
my
even if
farm
you
of
look
hell.
at this, like we spent so much time shitting on them and what they're doing with the rules and.
I know. It sucks so bad. It's like right there.
Because they
man.
do, it's like that thing where you're like, oh, you just almost,
You almost had it.
You all this goodwill, you balance things, you made Votan tableable, like,
Yeah.
you screwed it up initially, but you fixed it,
Which is
that
what
kind
a
of stuff.
joy. Like what a joy the games of 10th have been. The balance was bad, but just what a
Yeah.
joy the game of 10th have
Like
been.
I've enjoyed Guard. Guard's been fairly well balanced,
Yeah.
honestly, for 2
But
times.
also just the rules, the layout, the
Yeah.
functionality, all that kind of
Yep.
stuff. So many things about it made the game, a good pace and enjoyable, blah, blah, all that stuff. And
Got
they're fun
me back
games
into
to play.
it, passionate about 40K.
Got you
again.
back into it, which exactly when this whole fucking journey started back when they were announcing this shit, it was like you were the person that I thought, you were the person they had to win over, basically. And I can't believe they did it. However,
Honestly, you're right.
this whole shit now it's like, come on, guys. You're in the end zone. You're like almost there. You're like,
And I would understand if it was actually a good business decision. Like, as much as I hate like microtransactions in video games, it makes them a fucking buttload of money. I know why they do it.
yeah.
There's more money to be had for Games Workshop just sitting there.
And fucking hardcore people are buying the books on top of it.
Yeah,
They want the book.
You make
They
the book
want-
a collector's item.
They
You
want
can actually jack
physical
up the
media,
price.
whether they take it
and put a
you
number on
shouldn't
it.
force them to take it. They should be able to leave it on their coffee table if they want to, or next to their workstation for inspiration when painting or all
Well,
that stuff.
once you
but
buy it,
have it on the fucking app too.
so once you buy it, you get a code for the app.
No, I mean
then
I
you
know
have-
that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
the functionality of the game,
Yeah.
the idea that someone's going to get away with something and have access to all the rules. No, you're enriching the game experience for every individual player.
Right.
If
And
I
make-
can, if I'm across the table from one of these pieces of shit that we've talked about
Yeah.
every once in a while, and something sounds fishy to me, it's invaluable. The idea that I can look up their
You can just
fucking
look it up on
rules
your
on the
own.
phone, and I don't even have to ask them.
And that's what
Right?
I don't
Come
get.
on.
And I understand
Get-
it.
get
They were
your
gonna
fucking
make
head out of
less
your
money
ass.
with an app.
Well,
But-
no, initially, but you sell them. When you first come out with the codexes and stuff, they sell for like hotcakes for a while, and then they trail off because everyone's got one.
Well, that's
Right?
what, but
The
that's
thing is, if you're monthly charging on that app, they're gonna buy that. They're gonna pay more than they would for the codex
Right. Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
But they're getting because they're only buying the one.
right.
But if you give them access to all of them, but also then charge them that monthly fee, like you're saying. They're getting money out of you they wouldn't have gotten out of you.
And the guys who really love
But they have to
codexes,
wait a couple months, you know?
right?
That's the problem,
but they're
right?
gonna get more money. Like
Yes, they're going to get money. They're just not going to get it in a one transaction for one book or whatever.
which you should rather
They're
be
getting
getting it monthly
continuous.
if you're a business.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You want to set that model,
yeah,
and it's more beneficial for every player.
yeah. It makes no sense to me. Like it's right there. Yeah, and people forget about subs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just goofy. I mean, Chase, how many codexes are you gonna buy this year? Chase is a decent example here. Like you're gonna buy your Tyranid codex, and that's probably the only codex you're gonna buy this year.
He might buy the Marine one.
Yeah, you have a Marine army.
Yeah, like so if it me, obviously I would buy the orc one.
The only one you're gonna buy.
I'm
is
never
the
ever going to
Right.
buy the but I want to be able to know if a Tyranid player or someone is fucking around on me.
or
Right?
just to be able to see their rules.
And just see their rules. Just see what if I'm interested in something?
Right.
What if I think something's cool?
I look at other armies'
It's not
rules
just
all
about
the time.
cheating. It's yeah. And it's also thinking about like, oh,
I
I
have
keep
a list
running into this
idea.
problem. You know, how do I
Just being able to,
Yeah.
just being able to
And the
be sitting-
TOs, what are you supposed to do? Buy every book?
just being able to sit on the toilet, making my army list,
Yes.
then click a button and say, "Give me 3 of those,"
And send it to BCP.
and they already have my credit card information
Yeah.
in. All of a sudden, I don't even have to break out my credit card.
And you
What
can share your
are you
list
Doing
with
Games
tournaments.
Workshop, there is so much
Yeah.
fucking money there.
And you have to turn off auto renewal and stuff, right? So it's
Yeah.
like come on.
Yeah. $14.99 a month. Plus, it's insane. Plus, every time you go into a business meeting with someone who wants to license your IP, you're like, we already have a streaming service that has, all our rules are apps that X many people pay $14.99 a month for. Like,
Right. If like you're saying if they were going to say try to impress
investors.
somebody that's
Yeah.
going to invest or
Right.
going to buy
Like, if
this
they
or
really
that
want
or-
to sell to Disney, wow. Telling Disney you already have a. Like, it makes no sense to me at all. It is just asinine.
Yeah.
It's leaving money on the
And
table.
your whatever your favorite army
and
is,
making
I know in a
games
lot of ways some people won't do this obviously, younger, but like for me, for instance, even if I had access to that app, I'd probably want to throw down for one of the codexes.
Not me. I have been throwing away
Yeah.
fucking stacks and stacks.
Yeah,
and
well, you've
stacks
already
of
got. I
codexes.
mean, I owned exactly one codex that I
Right.
bought used from someone else.
Yeah.
I haven't gone through that. I've seen the stack though,
Yeah, I've thrown away so many codex and I'm funny.
but I do like the tactile. I like real things though, so I like the book. I want to look at
Yeah, I
the
still
art.
like.
I want to
agree with you.
open
want
up
my
that
codex.
double gatefold centerfold where they've got a big battle set up
Yeah.
of all the models that their hot shit painters painted. Like I want to see that shit. So I want to touch it. I want to smell that ink smell.
And you know what? I would still probably, if all they did was have the codexes, I probably would too. I would still probably buy a codex for the armies I play. Just, for cool, be on a shelf back.
The army you're going to play almost a year, yeah.
Right. Just to have it. But when you then go, oh yeah, plus you have to buy this supplement for that army.
Oh, that's true too.
Plus-
You could get a truncated. You could, if you wanted to print it out, the digital version should give you. Chase was saying this. Give you the ability to print out like if you want a tactile version for some reason.
I don't think they're ever going to do that because then you would just
That
have
would be weird though. That's muddying the water. See, that's dipping. That's not a. That's to me. That's more like overcomplicated and not understanding how we're going to go into the future with this.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to me. And there's been a bunch of posts on like the ITCTO forums being like, GW, please handle this. Like,
Yeah, that smell of a book when you first take the wrapper off.
yeah, we smelled that here 2 days ago. It smells fucking awful.
What do you mean?
It smells like fucking
What'd you
canned
open up?
farts.
What'd you open?
No, the fucking pulp mill here was fucking stinking up.
Oh
the
no, I'm
fucking-
saying with the ink and all that, like a printed book.
Oh, so chemical farts.
Yeah.
Yay.
It smells good.
I don't know. I never learned how to read, so.
Yeah, they aren't gamers. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right,
you're
Chase.
really arguing with the wrong demographic. Because I'm with you in that. I like sitting with the codex, reading it.
It is nice, right? To the other thing is that I don't like to stare at screens for everything, too. I like to do different things
Well,
and be in different environments.
And part-
Because also think about it, you can read the rules off your phone, but then you're gonna a fucking message might come up, a fucking whatever. Like your phone's your whole thing, right? Everything happens on it. You're gonna get a notification from your YouTube channel you watch. You're gonna get somebody,
well,
you're
part of
gonna
the
get
problem,
a fucking message on Messenger.
part of the problem
You can't have a
is-
moment's peace away from that, you know?
Is also shit. What was I gonna say? Like the Tyranids book this time around
Yeah.
had essentially no new lore in it. It was just
Oh.
lore from the from 9th edition Tyranid Codex and the Leviathan box set.
Yeah.
I think somebody said there was only like 2 new pictures in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For new models or something.
Yeah, apparently it had a pretty cool like new like thing on how to paint Tyranids in there, but like it was
Well, do you need new lore in that book if lore
Yes.
hasn't come out?
yes.
You should.
But did new lore come out?
No, but you should be
Because I thought all the lore came
No,
from...
because you can just make fluff lore all day long.
If-
This
if-
happened, this
yeah,
planet.
If you're
da, da, da,
making
da.
yeah, if you're trying to sell
I
somebody
thought the
60
lore came from the books or something.
So they're in a weird position where the lore there comes from like 57 different sources.
Yeah.
That's also part of the problem with lore.
Well,
is
they're
them trying to
simplified, but not simple.
keep it under control because there's like 7 different versions of Perturabo.
Yeah.
All of them have wildly different.
Are they all...
personalities.
They're not all canonical, are they?
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't even mess with doing a canon.
Well,
They just let...
so his canon is his canon. Like, hey, he came from here. He was adopted by these people on Olympus.
Yeah.
Damokos, he was adopted by Damokos. But his personality, because they didn't have like one author doing every instance of Perturabo
Okay.
being written.
Oh.
They had multiple authors, so his personality is
But without
so-
cross-referencing anything either?
They kind of do, but it's his general personality is so far like in some books he's the whiniest bitch to ever whine.
Well, that's
in-
too bad. I mean, that's
And
inconsistent.
in some books he's super stoic, and in others he's very reasonable. In others he flies off the handle. It's very
Huh.
There's no central editing.
right. There's
That sucks.
There was no central editing Perturabo. Now they've got him down to the point. Like, part of the problem is so Perturabo is now he's a demon prince. Perturabo hated chaos, hated it. So like they're gonna have to give us a book at some point
Yeah.
that describes how he went from because he bailed on the Horus heresy. Like they just wrote that he just went fuck you to Horus and the heresy and just fucking took his ball and went home. Because Horus was essentially giving what should have been the
He wasn't getting his. He's whining about not getting his again.
no, not about not getting his, but him taking what should have been a legion fight between the legions and for the soul of the Imperium and handing it over to Chaos. And so now that Perturabo is a demon prince, it's like, oh, what? Okay, this is quite the change. This is the only thing we have. Like on Perturabo, what the fuck changed? Like,
Hey, did we get... So it looks like 3 emails from
Shas?
Chase that have... For a total of
All right,
14 pictures.
14 pictures. Jesus, Chase. Jesus.
If that is not accurate, if you're saying you were going to send one more picture,
Don't send any more pictures.
but you don't have to today.
All right.
So you're almost done, right?
I am done.
Oh, okay. So
And I cheated. I did do another.
Still no email.
I did a hair color.
All right. Let me. Pictures. New. Folder. What's today?
no, it's the top 3.
8/18?
Oh, 8.
19?
It's fine. I already put in 18. It doesn't matter that much.
But it's the 19th.
But mister, I boot from there.
Ooh, this new Ahsoka tonight. And I like it. I don't care. I've been arguing with people online about.
Jose wrote I.
You wrote high?
I'm very confused.
Chase giving us a bunch of Rogel Dorn tanks.
Are we taking a little break, Josh?
Well, we are almost there. I just have to get all of Chase's Rogel Dorn.
Rogel Dorn. Look, there's mine, Chase.
Hold on. Oh.
Finished him. He's also something I should work on.
I mean, we'll have to take another look. These might be like Bane blades.
See, I kind of want some Bane blades, but then again, I kind of want everything. Like, I also want more Russes. Because, you know.
Bane blades. All right, here we go.
They drop.
Are you
vanquishers
ready?
to
Is this
150
happening right
points.
now?
Ready?
Are you shitting me?
We're ready.
Okay, so this is what I...
Yeah, you just need to change Josh's cam to be.
No, I set
there
up a
you
new
got it.
scene, so
Okay.
I don't have to do that.
Oh, nice. Good work. All right, so we've got some Tau guns.
Yeah. Actually, those, man, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Once again.
people have
there's a
been needing
billion of them.
those.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Oh, look at the little Tyranid fella.
What's with the...
Looks like this girl I know.
Whoa, is Chase learning like perspective and like focus?
Yeah, it's like, what's with the depth of field? Like,
Chase
crazy?
has got some depth
Like,
of field and
yeah,
focus in on it. Whoa.
But that thing is so close behind it. It shouldn't be that out of focus. That's
No,
crazy.
Chase is fucking.
That's crazy, dude.
Chase is
What are you
working with some
doing?
shit here.
Yeah.
You know, it just talks about the duality of Nos and the energy in all of our lives.
Nos.
Why did you send us a dead bird?
What is that? What's going on?
It's a parakeet.
Is that from his...
Yeah.
That's not a parakeet. That's a zoom out.
Okay, well, whatever. It's a fucking bird. Oh, there's another one. Look at him.
Oh, it's a
at him.
parakeet, right?
No, that's a parrot of some sort.
It's a full parrot?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a full parrot.
It's so small.
It's so
Yeah, it's a
tiny.
baby.
So tiny.
But look at the beak formation.
Oh, it's a parrotlet. Okay.
Is this a
it's
print, Chase?
Oh, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a good print though.
It's a good print.
What the hell?
That's
It's
one of those
What's
Forge
up with
World-
that
Yeah, it's
resin?
a fuck Stody tank.
Yeah, Custodes tanks. I thought about printing them, but once again,
It's a good print, Chase.
God, that stuff
Print
looks so
design,
good. Looks so solid.
Yeah.
Kalidas tank.
Oh, here's a Rogel Dorn.
see, I need a couple of those.
That was a 2-piece print, that tank, the last one.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. It's quality Rogel Dorn right there, boys.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, those look good. Those look very similar
No wonder
to...
Chase's shit falls apart. He
The
used
green
an
resin's
accelerator.
funny, like...
Hey, you remember how we were talking about? There's the CA glue accelerator.
That's the accelerator?
Yeah.
And it works for any...
Any super glue. Well, I mean, there might be some super glues that it doesn't
Yeah, but I mean,
work for.
super glue already... No, I'm talking about a different... I'm talking about a glue that doesn't stick at all until you put accelerator on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll look it up.
Look at all these Rogel Dorns. Demolishers, good idea.
No, yeah, demolishers,
So that
demolishers,
that
demolishers.
resin is hilarious. Like, that makes it... These are resin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That makes it... God, why do you have so many colors of resin?
Probably just buys whatever's cheapest.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what color it is.
It's just funny because those bright colors make them look like cheap toys.
Chase, your prints are getting really good, bud.
Those prints are tight. I don't know. You can always go in close and
Oh, should I find
check it out.
like that right there?
Like that right there.
Fuck.
Battle damage.
Garbage. I mean, look, he's even getting depth of field here.
Yeah.
The fuck?
great.
Chase
Oh
the
yeah,
empty.
there's his. Oh, it's the same thing. So look, everything around is foggy.
But I mean,
So he hit some setting on his.
Yeah.
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 Whoa,
Oh yeah,
is
look
it-
at that.
Is it raining like? A
It's too consistent for that to be on purpose.
Oh yeah. It's coming down.
Hang on. Hold on. Yeah, come back and do the thing.
Yeah, it is raining, boys. It's a raining. All right. There's some parts to a Rogaldorn. Look. Hey, Josh. His cannon needs Viagra's. His cannon. Oh, poor little cannon. It's sad and down.
Actually, I've been looking at the Vanquishers, the extra long gun. Ooh. They dropped their points down to $155. So at $155 and an all rust
Some of
list,
those
them and
happy
Punisher
fellas.
suddenly have a place.
So clean.
I think if you're not
So
going
clean.
all russes, you still just always go Demolishers. But that's me.
Demolishers are just, they're good. Their damage output's good. Strength 12 is huge.
14.
All right.
Clean.
Strength 14 is even better. So yeah, guys, looks like that is the show for today. Hey, we got to almost our 3 hours like we want to do. So,
And we hit that 100 messages.
and we hit that 100 messages. Yep.
So we need to start working on getting that 200.
Like and subscribe. Hey, did you see that? I did it.
Tell your friends. You
Like,
did it.
subscribe,
Thank
comments.
goodness.
Comments help.
And remember for next time, collect those pictures.
Yeah, and collect the pictures.
For slideshow next Tuesday.
We'll have a Warhammer Wednesday tomorrow. If nobody else wants to go, it'll be me v Josh. I'll probably play orcs.
But it'll be different. Yeah, we'll do different orcs against the guard would be cool.
Yep, and then Thursday will be me and Terry and Lee on the Warbird Battle Lab stream.
Well,
Okay, so we'll see you guys.
There we go.
Later.
adios.
Okay, you guys have a good night or good day. Good morning, whatever the F that is.
Now we can deal with that. Fun.